Hey everyone, welcome to episode 20 of Argentum Adventures. Left off on a bit of a mystery, so we're just gonna jump into it and see what the hell we are doing, because I don't know. However, do make sure to like and subscribe. There'll be a Q&A coming up, and in about 5 seconds, you'll get to see something real sick.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Having made your way through the woods outside the city, with Daria in tow, finding the little girl sitting on the rock in the clearing, eventually discerning that it was the succubus and engaging in combat, you were berated not only by common fiendish abilities that a succubus might possess, but heightened abilities, spores, attributes of the fungal characteristics of the succubus. Disappearing at any given time, reappearing in spaces, summoning bizarre, half-formed humanoids that ran onto the battlefield before exploding and reforming as the creature. You got a few riddled answers, hints of a warehouse, hints of the production, hints of the various players that you already know are at play. Having dispatched the succubus, very similar to the bugbear shapeshifter, it dissipated and returned to whatever plane of existence it had come from. With that, Ronald, who was also nearby, broke out of a haze, but still aware of what he'd done and knowing that he had, at least to some degree, willingly done what he had. You all made your way back to town, dropping Ronald at his warehouse, making any stops that you needed to make. And we left off with everyone on their way back for the first time in a little while to the Oakworm Inn. In the late afternoon, sun beginning to set over the mountains, and still quite a lively hustle bustle here in the city. The attack on the gardens only the day before, not phasing as many people as you might expect, but there's still some people that are preferring to stay in their homes and off the streets for the time being. When you make your way to the Oakworm, it's dinner hour here, so there's a few people, but evening is yours.
I have a question.
Yeah.
About just Elwyn in general.
Oh.
Do people of the public know her by face? Or is she more like she's rarely seen publicly?
They know her by face about as much as they would come. There's the odd public appearance at something like the festival.
Okay, so if I basically went up to someone and asked, have you seen Elwyn? They would know who I'm talking about
There's
and
a
would be able to
decent
connect.
chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because I just saw in my notes. But apparently there have been sightings of Eloin around, so we'll ask around later. Near the warehouse district.
I'll probably be the last one to show up, leaning on my horse. But I'll show up and see if anyone else is here.
I am here.
I am also here.
Strider will definitely seem like he's still pale, but he's no longer like looking like he's walking like he's sick.
Not looking like complete death.
He's got a handle, though the main hair that falls down front is fully white.
Oh yeah, was that after all your stuff?
Yeah.
So we haven't seen that yet?
No.
Oh yeah.
So I show up, bit of a perk in my step slightly compared to what I was barely doing. Seems you all made it here.
Yes, we have some, well, I have some things to report.
Okay. And
What's it there?
you pointed at my head.
Yeah. It's white.
Twins.
I can kind of see the tip of it's a little white. What's
Did you get struck
like the
by
whole
lightning
thing
or
white?
something?
But you see which is my whole head of hair white now.
No,
No, just
the-
that strand.
But I mean, if that was, what was that, natural causes, or you dyed it when we weren't looking?
No, I got used to that potion. I drank like a big version of it.
So probably your whole hair won't turn white, will it?
I hope not.
You grew 30 years.
It feels like it. I'll sit down. I guess you guys can share information first. I've got kind of some information, not really.
Well, I mean, I can go first. We did drop off Ronald, and I told him I would turn a blind eye as long as he potentially provided some health potions in the future, or any other potions.
Smart choice.
Because that's a tough situation to be in, even if some of it was of his own choice. But I did also go past the headmaster, but fair enough, she said, no evidence, no funds. So I don't have any funds or anything from her. So that was that. And apparently there have been sightings of Eloin around near the... maybe, yeah. We should check out the warehouse district and see if anyone's seen her around there, or even just surrounding areas. She may be closer than we think.
Yeah, I can check it. The succubus did say she was in the city, and that's where the weapon's being made, so... I did actually want to check the gear at some point, because we actually really haven't...
Well, at the very least, I can give us access.
Yeah.
I'll just say you are my investigation party, and it'll be fine.
Because there might be some clues to whereabouts, maybe stuff she's left behind.
The... oh god, what was her name? The Fury Giver? I forgot her name. Shoot. You know, the one that bumps into us a few times, has a bossy attitude towards me. They call her the Fury Giver, one of the Legion. She's leading an investigation at the moment, and they have already swept the gear. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I guess there might be.
But I do
Enough.
agree we should take a look anyway, but just don't get your hopes up.
I mean, could there be more people working with Elwyn and the gear?
Don't know. Maybe I should speak to, Natasha.
Well, I heard this person is like a prodigy when it comes to crafting things, right? One of the best members of the gear.
Eloin or Natasha?
Alwyn.
Yeah.
Alwyn. I assume they could.
Well, I mean, she leads the front, right? She is the embodiment
Yeah.
of...
But if anyone could build a weapon on their own, with a little bit of assistance from some magical beings, it'd probably be them, right?
And don't forget, we still have our visit up to the brass, though I think for now it might not prove
No.
super useful right now.
I think they'll allow us to hold it off.
I think so. Again, I can probably sway.
Or working for
Just-
the leading that. So.
Yes. I think it'll be fine either way, whether we do the brass tour today or in a week or so.
I unravel a map on the table. You see a bunch of dots. So, I used my potion and tried to connect. I now have the ability to track and my ability to be able to kind of sense fiends now leads to Fae as well. And I tried to sense the hag,
Our target.
and this is what I've gotten.
Alright, but there's not 8 of her, is there?
No, I just think that she's probably been to all these places. It doesn't mean she's at any of them.
So just like some remnants of her stuff.
I was going to say maybe it's a strange trace she leaves behind.
Yeah, but it's a lot, and I don't think it's worth going to every dot.
Oh, well, which ones are closest to her?
Well,
I wanted to check the closest.
I
just
was
in
also
case.
going to mention, did any of the dots feel more intense?
No.
No,
But
all the same.
That brings me an idea. Are any of them near the warehouse district? There's one right in the middle.
I mean, you would have vaguely gotten a sense from that direction.
There's one roughly in that direction.
I also have a question about your dots. Is there one near the center of the city?
I'm going to be honest. You got a few pings in the direction. You can't be like,
But you
this
can't
building and this building.
pinpoint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Range is limited. Like, giving you that was a bit of an extension during the level up.
Yeah.
But it would have just been like, there's a few in the Earth District. There's a few in the
Oh,
Stone.
okay, so it's
Right.
kind of more
Couple of
loose.
brass.
There's a few with just like every
Never
district
mind.
though. Yeah, but I like the warehouse idea. I feel like we should check the gear first.
We can go there first. It's no. I don't think it's a huge issue which one we do first or second. Lily, did you have anything to share?
I talked to the tree at the garden.
You can do that.
A new skill acquired.
Should I just assume the tree could speak?
No, it's magic.
Okay.
I was going to say in my whole time staying here, I don't think it's ever talked to me. So
It said that the so-called mother was a thief and was stealing the beauty of, like, the garden and some
you
of
mean the
plants.
hag? The hag's been stealing the beauty?
That's what the tree said. And it said to, like, follow.
Well, I mean, this is probably why those creatures were hostile towards the fuel. They were probably after it, in the sense of taking it back.
Did the tree seem angry at you at all?
No. It didn't really try to attack me.
Maybe the beauty isn't this, and I open up my bag to Yorna that has the flower.
Oh, where's that? Did you take that from the gun? You can't do that.
You did.
That
You're
is
blaming me.
okay. It's not an official crime, but it is frowned upon.
It's like half a plant.
I wouldn't know there was another half to it unless you just
It's like
sliced it in half.
yeah. It's like there's some of the leaves are obviously gone. Well, Lily gave it to me as a like gift at some point, and then the garden attacked us. So
I
was a little
don't
wary
think the
about
garden
this.
will be too freaked out about the fact you stole one flower, but
I won't do it
Ple-
again.
thank you.
But again, the tree wasn't mad, so maybe the beauty that it's stealing is more of a, not an actual thing being stolen. Maybe it's like an energy or a vibe,
An essence.
A vibe.
a spirit.
An essence.
Like, because you've been to the festival before, right? Would you say that there's been any major differences in the garden from previous times?
Only that this year around the flowers weren't as bright as they normally are, but Still bright, just not quite as much as previous years.
I have a idea.
Mm-hmm.
So you can speak to plants now, trees, or just like
Any plant.
okay. And you said at the gear, there's a plant growing.
Oh, you wanna... That's a good plan.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can talk to the plant that's been growing out of the warden.
Oh,
That's a good idea. I like that.
Well, again, we probably need to slowly rest.
Well, then maybe...
we can do that first thing.
Yeah, in the morning.
Because what's the time?
It's night.
dinner.
I'm also.
It is dinner time?
I'm out of potions.
Yeah, everything? Alright. Well then, yes, let's rest. I might head home. And I will meet up with... Well, you're just coming with me, right? You're just staying with me now? It's okay if you are. I've got the space.
Where are you staying?
My place. It's like
Are you sure you
it's
don't?
a
I have a
20-minute
bed at my place. I looked at your place. I didn't see any inkling of a
I
bed.
got a horse to take care of.
I won't force
Doesn't
you.
feed itself.
No. Well,
I
there's
mean,
grass.
it
There's grass. You've probably lifted hay. No, it's okay. I won't push you. You can go home. But I will.
Because I gotta go find a mirror
A mirror?
for my white head.
Oh, it looks fine, honestly. I wouldn't be too worried, I think.
can- makes you look cool.
You said I gained 30 years.
That's, what?
I think
mean,
just in the
like-
hair department, I think your face still looks the same. If not a bit more pale than it usually is. But
I just meant it as a joke.
No, that's fine.
no, it's
fine.
fine. Alright, well, I'm heading home. I will catch you all tomorrow morning. We shall meet here.
Yes.
Alright, I will see you bright and early. Alright, and I'll vacate and head
Same.
home.
Alright.
I want to check if I'm being followed as I leave though.
Interesting.
Oh, sure.
Give me a perception check on your way.
Is I don't trust any people here. 25.
Actually, not looking for people following me per se, but I'm looking for anything of a suspicious nature on the way home.
Sure. Give me an insight check.
There's a guy following
Well,
Strider.
because it's like nighttime is like the time for it, so I'm like, maybe I catch something that might help us. That's a big fat 8.
Doesn't seem to be.
All right, home sweet home.
Right.
I shoot it.
It poops.
Nothing catches your attention.
I think you're good. What did you roll? A 25?
25, yeah.
I think you're sick.
I don't know. Those Draga,
Do I go?
they succeeded like my 25 ones. I know they're invisible, so I gotta be careful about that.
Yeah, I forgot about them. We might have to worry about them in the future as well. Oh no!
I head back home,
Why does it feel like we're doing everything at once?
and can I try reminisce about that fight?
Yeah.
I want to see, because I've got a normal succubus in my book. I want to see if I can figure out what that was, because that's
The hybrid.
not normal.
Go ahead and give me then a nature check on this one, actually.
It's
Analyzing the natural abilities of this creature.
9.
Okay.
Would you say I'm recalling information about this creature?
I would say that's exactly what you're doing.
Can I roll for advantage? Could I roll for advantage when recalling information about Fey Fiends or Undead?
Is that on specific decks or just in general?
Wisdom survival checks to track and intelligence checks to recall information.
This is a nature. This is an analysis of what you saw.
It's a deeper intelligence check.
Um,
I've got like curses now.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
No. Well, because you're playing Blood Hunter,
Yeah.
right? Was Chitney does Blood Hunter? Yeah. Because like I looked at your book, I'm like, those sound familiar. I've seen these before.
Blood curse.
A bloated agony.
That is one.
That is one of the ones that.
That's a good one.
I don't remember what it does because it's been a hot minute, but
I believe it makes someone
bloated.
like bloated so that if they make multiple attacks, they take 1d8 necrotic damage.
That's cool.
Level 1 blood hunter guys, and I already know all of them off my heart.
Do you though?
No, that was actually the last one I read today.
a 9, you said.
Yeah.
Spores.
Spores, yeah.
It was a clicker.
I would like to also try figure out if I probably already know this because it's in my book. Is a night hag considered on the demon side of things or the devil side of things?
They are.
Because they're a fiend, and I know that Xavier said that the shit running the show are demons because they said they're trying to kill demons. So I assumed it was a demon, but I'm unsure.
Remind me, Xavier is a devil or a demon?
Devil.
They call him a demon sometimes.
I keep forgetting.
So. Give me. This can be a book check. Give me an investigation. Take it with advantage.
Yay.
A book check.
Intelligence. 11.
11. Not a high DC. This is information that you. Night Hag is not so much a targeted specific name like with other hags. It is essentially any hag that has succumbed and transformed into a fiend.
Okay.
So they can, depending on for what reason they transformed, could be demon, could be devil.
Okay.
Night Hag's just a blanket term.
It just depends on the night hag itself. Great. Well, I go inside. And that big wooden container barrel that I took out,
Yeah.
full of the dragon's blood. I'm going to start siphoning it through a few things. And I'm just going to have it like mixing with a few ingredients and dripping like very slowly into a potion vial. And it looks like it's going to take potentially, like it's got like 8 vials and it's gone into each, and it looks like it's going to take a long time to fill up. But I'm just going to start that process.
Okay.
Sleep.
You think Yorna or Lily are doing?
Are you doing anything?
I mean, I cook us up a nice feed and then I go to bed.
All right. Nom nom nom.
How is it? Rated out of 10.
Well, what'd you make?
Today we had soup with garlic bread,
Yummy.
but like a gourmet soup.
That shitty garlic bread.
No, amazing homemade garlic bread.
Yeah, it's all soggy and not even.
No.
Classic.
You gotta microwave it.
Yeah.
No.
I want to go for a little night stroll.
Alright.
I mainly want to listen out and see what rumors are being shared around the city.
Give me an insight check. as you wander around.
Yet.
Hmm.
7.
So, walk around in kind of the fresh evening air. You notice as you're walking, kind of almost forgetting the city for a moment, looking out. What looks like it must have departed while you all were in the forest. You can see the airship that had been docked in the House of Gold is now about half a day's travel away from the city, heading back in the direction it had come to drop off the various noble folks that it had brought into the city. You just see that kind of making its way over the mountain range, the sun setting behind it. The city itself, as you wander around, you get murmurs of people that are still kind of excited, the buzz of the festival, a few people coming and going from the last few stalls that are still open down the main street. There's a few concerned individuals about the attack on the garden, but no shocking information.
Alright, I'm gonna head back. Go to bed.
Alright. You'll bunk down for the evening. Take some time to rest after a few very busy days. Between running around the day before the festival, the day of the festival, and now the day after the festival.
It's like with only 3 people in the city that cares.
Eventually a night's rest comes to all of you. The sun, as usual, begins streaming through the windows. Nice, warm morning. What's the plan?
Oh, Queenie!
To Oathworm Inn.
Just creating an actual proper list of my poisons again. I have so many vials of random stuff that I picked up. Yeah, Oakhorn, and I just kind of wait outside the door for everyone since I'm already here for breakfast.
Yeah.
Grab a toast on the way out.
We'll meet up at the front of Oakland.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was thinking we could get a quick jump on, go into the gear, getting things sorted.
Yeah, I mean, no dilly-dallying. We can go now.
Yeah, because I don't know how many days they have left. There's no evidence to back this up, but it's just my intuition saying that I feel like we've got at best maybe 4 days before that weapon's done. I don't know why.
And I guess I'm on a timer as well, making sure that I can have something to show the headmaster so that she can see that working with you lot is beneficial.
Well, we've got a lot of locations to check today, so let's not
Dilly-dally.
dilly-dally or waste any abilities that we might need later.
All right.
Never know when we might run into a hag.
Should I go for some?
Right now, I think we'll be okay.
Well, like, it's until a short or long rest.
Oh, you mean your,
My inspiring leadership.
yeah. Forgot you could do that, yeah. Inspire us.
Go fight, win.
I feel slightly more inspired than what I did, so.
That means everybody gets. Nine temporary hit points.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've been one.
All right. Well, I guess I'll lead the way then.
Yeah, 100%.
And I lead the way to the gear, and I will just make a note that I am wearing my Iron Legion attire. I am considering myself on duty.
I'm gonna keep a lookout for anyone following us. Or following me.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
20.
Nothing seems to catch your attention.
Keep an eye on as we go.
Yeah. Making your way up through the low stone, up into the high stone, which is probably a more uncommon place for a few of you to visit. Make your way up to the large guild hall of the gear, one of the largest buildings in the high stone. This large construction of bright marble and various metallic panels that make up a seemingly endless building. You walk into the front foyer, this big circular chamber, a few statues line the wall, and in the center of that, kind of barred off as a museum display piece, that model prototype of the airship that just kind of floats in place in the center of that chamber. Walking around until you get to the reception desk, where you can see there's a couple of individuals and a couple of Iron Legion members that are here on guard. The pneumatic tubes that sit behind that desk in constant use. Every so often a letter is received or sent through the pipes throughout the facility. As you all approach, one of the Legion members goes,
I'm here to just conduct some investigation. These two are with me. We're on official business.
of course, no worries.
All right. And I'll just head on through then.
The reception lady goes, sorry, where are you going?
Just into the gear laboratory.
Which one?
The main one that deals with the wardens.
Which one?
I'm not sure. It was.
Whose workshop are you heading to?
Oh,
I need
I'm
to let them know.
sorry. Natasha's.
Right. And she scurries around for a little bit, eventually pulls out this metallic capsule that's sealed on both ends, slots of lead into it, and just holds it under one of these large tubes that seem to push up into the ceiling. You just watch it disappear and get thrown deep into the facility somewhere.
I want to walk up to the reception.
Mm-hmm.
Like, always wanted to step foot in this place, a lot larger on the inside than the outside gives it credit for. Do you have a map of this place? Just in case I get lost.
It's all right. He's with me.
Can't say we do.
Maybe we should make one that could be useful.
Insight check. Is she just wary of sharing this information?
Give me an insight check.
Ooh, it's good. 21.
She seems a little perplexed.
Yes.
Not a museum.
Yeah.
While I'm talking to her, I wanted her to just feel a little, like, confused. And I want to use the time to kind of see over the desk and see if she has any interesting paperwork or any written documents currently in front of her that may give us any clues.
Yeah. Give me a quick investigation check.
Quick. Nat 20.
Oh.
That quick. Didn't even need my stats. Maybe that's how I gotta roll every time.
Just quick.
Super speedy. But an inside check, do you say? Wait, it wasn't?
Investigation.
Investigation? That would have been with a nat 20, 26.
26. Damn, nice. You can see a schedule, a list of things that are going to be happening throughout the day, throughout the week. You can see that there is shipments of various materials set to arrive. You can see that where there had been a scheduled delivery of more of the fuel source has been delayed. You can see that there is a shipment of what I referred to as drones that are to be sent out. It's about all the useful information you can glean from that.
As we walk a little bit away from here, I'll lean over to Yorna. I took a peek at that reception's
Of course you did.
paperwork. It looks like they had a schedule for some more of that fuel, but it's been set back.
Delayed.
Yeah, and I'm curious. I really want to know if they had written that as delayed today, because I want to know if us messing with the succubus had any messing with that.
Wait a moment. I'll go to the receptionist. Here conducting some investigations into the wardens and such. Did you have any records of fuel distribution or material distribution that I could look into? Some files?
I mean, everything that we have, your other individual took.
Took?
Yes, tall woman.
Yes, I know the one. Right. I'll have to get in contact with her then, I guess. Was she going to give those records back, or do I have to find her?
I am unsure.
I see. Okay. I will figure that one out. Thank you.
Anything specific you want to know? I might be able to help.
Specifically how the deliveries for the fuel is going. The new one.
She kind of looks around to make sure there's no civilians or people that shouldn't be in here. Well, since Elowen's disappearance, we obviously haven't had any.
Oh, I see. Yes.
She was bringing stuff up weekly until she stopped making an appearance.
So these deliveries stopped as soon as she
Well, that's how we
disappeared?
knew that she was missing.
I see. Right.
Everything all right?
Yes, I'm just thinking. Thank you.
Yorna. I hate to keep bothering this person.
No,
however,
it's all right. We're here investigating.
they probably keep track of inventory, correct?
Chances
I
are
wonder
that-
how much of the mithril, because I've been ordering an extensive amount, which I think might be used for this weapon. I wonder how much of the inventory they actually have compared to what they ordered. If any of that's gone missing for the weapon.
I see. I'll go back to her.
Get back in the flow.
I don't know why we're doing it this way. I should honestly just get him to ask you the questions. But very good investigator. Recommend. You've been getting orders in of mithril?
Yes, as usual.
Has there been any differences in the amount that you've ordered and the amount that's been inventoried here at the gear?
No, it's just been the standard amount used for the construction of the defenders.
So what you are getting delivered is what you retain at the gear?
Yes.
All right.
I'll walk over. I heard a rumor for some of the people that get you guys mithril that you've had a large sum of extra mithril compared to normal being delivered.
Not that I've been made aware of.
Could one of your higher ups personally ask for stuff to be delivered without needing to go through?
Of course, it's usually Natasha, Oscar, or Elowen that put the orders through.
Yes, sweet.
Are they the ones that also receive it directly?
Usually it comes to the warehouse, which is just outside the facility.
Could you get someone to count your mithril and adamantine and compare it to your current what you're supposed to have?
Adamantine?
No,
Mithril, sorry.
Just mithril.
Yeah.
Actually, is Natasha in right now, or Oscar?
She hasn't left in a few days. I'm sure she'll be in her office,
Alright.
asleep or awake.
When can we head into the lab?
I have sent the tube through, so whenever you like.
All right. Then if you guys have finished asking questions, we can head on in.
Just one other question.
Of course.
We are going to see Natasha, but with Elowen gone, we would also like to check their station.
Oh, of course, Natasha should be able to show you through.
Awesome, thank
I
you.
was planning on investigating Eloin's
Yeah, I just assumed it might be a separate.
area as well, yeah.
Alright, that seems like they run this place, so.
Well, she's second in command after Eloin, I suppose, if you want to look at it that way.
Alright. First in command now.
Alright, we head on into Natasha's workshop.
Make your way down this like marble-floored, metal-lined hallway. You can see a few various chambers inset into this hallway as you move down. Eventually, you come into kind of a central workroom. You can see that there's several partially constructed wardens of different make along one of the walls. You can see on some of these work desks a couple of individuals working away. Gnomish-looking man and a dwarf who are both sitting there tinkering away. You can see constructs that potentially Lily and Strato might not have seen. These small spherical ones with legs that are essentially small, slightly smaller than like a football size, that are like crawling around a few of the tables. A few of these individuals keeping an eye on them before a leg flies off and they run over and grab it and keep working on it. Hey, how can I help you?
Is this Oscar or is this just a dude?
This is one of the individuals from when you were here last time.
Hello again.
Right.
Is Natasha or Oscar in?
Yeah, I'm Oscar.
Oh, so I'm sorry, I'm really bad with faces.
Dr. through the back's probably asleep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is he dwarvish?
This individual is like this, like soot-stained, grey hair pulled back, gnomish-looking individual.
Dwarvish.
Do you have dwarvish?
Yeah, I don't know.
But not gnomish.
There is a dwarven individual sitting on the opposite end.
I want to go over to that.
Walk over and you can see this individual who is essentially like putting small components of stuff together. Got like pairs of tweezers in his hands, in one of his hands, and the other hand he has almost like there's a circular disc with a handle in the middle that he's maneuvering, and this very intricate little metallic arm on the desk is moving with his movements, and he's like fitting gems into various chunks of metal. He's got a pipe out of the corner of his mouth that he's sitting there.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he lets go of the hand and fits back where it was.
I
How can I help you?
lean in and I speak dwarvish. I grab a gold coin and I just place it on the table. A group of legionnaires would have came through here maybe a day or so ago.
Yeah, they've been coming and going.
No, they're not kind enough to offer a friend some gold, perhaps, to see if they know any information they wouldn't share, maybe to them, but maybe to a friend instead.
Give me a persuasion, please, yeah.
Super fast roll. 13.
15. Kind of looks you up a little bit. Yes.
Another gold.
I don't know what you're implying. Yeah.
Is there any, have you noticed anything strange happening about the past maybe month that...
Nothing we haven't told anyone. We're worried about Elwyn too.
Okay, then it's given the gold. Perhaps this thing that you're controlling is very interesting.
Yeah.
Are there any other inventions like this that could be maybe used in a wrong way as a weapon?
Oh. I mean, everything we make, the ones that walk on their own are all pretty hard-coded not to. I mean, there's a few tools we create that are all man-operated. I don't see why someone couldn't get creative with it.
Okay.
This here is a smaller prototype of the ones that some of the blacksmiths and miners use.
Well, thank you for your time. Sorry to bother you during your work.
No, you're all right.
Just walk off.
I'll gather everyone up to go see Natasha.
You walk through to kind of like a slightly smaller room. There's a workbench in the middle, a shelf with a bunch of half pulled apart things that look like they are almost antique at this point, like they're very old looking first generation versions of some stuff. You can see on the workbench one of the little, what you would know are called the drones, which are those little owl-like automatons. That has its wing splayed out and bent at a very awkward angle, like it's hit something mid-flight.
Maybe not that one.
And you can see Natasha is passed out on the desk, her coat thrown over the back of her hair, so she's wearing this almost like a sleeveless vest-looking thing that usually goes under that jacket. She's just passed out, her hat's on the floor in front of the table.
Well, I feel a little bit bad.
It's a steak wife.
You don't know her. Maybe you shouldn't. Oh, okay.
I stealthily want to just, without like opening drawers, but look around and see if there's any like papers or any news about Alwyn.
Can I get a stealth check and an investigation check?
I want to see, like,
You going in as well?
just from where I am, does it look like she's recently passed out, or she might have been conked out for a few hours now?
Oh, give me a medicine check.
23 for stealth.
23. Take your medicine with disadvantage if you're not entering the room.
Right.
And perception or investigation?
Investigation. This is walking around the room looking.
13.
15.
You get the sense that it looks like she's probably been asleep for the last 4 hours or so. But looking around the room, it looks like this is probably a pretty frequent occurrence, like she's been sleeping here a few times
Okay.
recently. What was your stealth, Sarah?
23.
Okay. You do, a bit of a pace around the room. It's a small kind of office area. All of these little gadgets on the shelf seem to be kind of personal projects that she's trying to bring back to life in one way or another, and you're kind of looking around that small owl-like automaton contraption on the desk. You watch for a moment as it kind of twitches, and you're worried that moving through is like activated it to do something, but it settles back down. And you can see there are a number of papers on Natasha's desk. Partial schematics for the shield wardens, the ones that you saw at the gate, along with what looks like a broken lens from one of the machines. You can see a very crudely, like hand-drawn map of this facility. And you can see that it looks like she's potentially been doing a little bit of her own investigation, trying to figure out what's going on.
Makes sense. Am I okay to wake up?
Yeah.
I walk into the room and just kind of give her a gentle wakey.
Like reaches back to try and like grab something.
I'll just stop her.
Yeah. Give me a dexterity check.
I'm just copying her mat down in front of her.
Yeah, this does not look good, eh? Oh, shoot, I don't have any pluses. 11.
11. She reaches back and grabs like a pair of like working tongs and just tosses them in your direction. Would a 14 hit?
No.
Okay. How do you deflect that as a pair of metallic tongs come flinging at you?
And with the other hand, I'll just kind of like, because it's like leather, kind of, so I'll just kind of...
You feel it impact, and she kind of comes to.
Oh, it's just me, Yorna.
As she sits up, her like slightly like baby blue dyed hair is like fully pushed up on one side as it's been against the desk for the last 4 hours. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, it's fine. This is just my investigation team before you freak out about their doing here. This is Strider. This is Lily, everyone. This is Natasha.
Hi, met at the gates?
Yes.
How can I help?
Well, as you know, everyone's investigating into...
Yes, Kari's been through a
yes,
handful of times.
I am sure she has. Have you found anything? I didn't.
Me? No.
No?
Inside shit.
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, it's okay. I have a high insight. 19.
19. She is only being secretive because you get the sense that she's gotten her information through means that maybe she shouldn't.
She's been snooping.
Um,
Elowin, we want to... no. Natasha, we want to find the warden that was part of the original incident, the one with the trees growing out of it.
I tried to dispose of that. I can show you the results.
Oh, okay. Is there still plant
Yes.
life? Worse now?
Yes.
I see.
Probably a tree.
can I give you some advice? Natasha, was it?
Yes.
You see, Yorna here is part of the Legion. So are the other people you've talked to. We, investigators, adventurers, we do our best to do things only adventurers can do. It's okay to have information found through other means, so if you have anything worth telling us.
Just this look on her face, like, not sure if she should admit to being caught.
And don't let my being here influence you in any way. I have my mouth sealed tight.
Any information I have you should also have. I may have stooped through Kari's investigation notes.
Let me know what has she found out.
Yeah, we're working separately.
Oh. I mean, they had a few leads up here that kind of turned to nothing, a few sightings in the lower city. Bit of a timeline that I could find if I need to, but nothing.
A timeline? Meaning when they thought she might have disappeared,
Yes.
and I'd like that timeline.
I can find that for you after we've wandered.
Great. And we also would like access to Elowin's workshop.
Oh, of course. It's kind of been
Ransacked?
a little bit.
Well, we might still find something, but I do want to check this warden out first.
Of course.
I did hear that you're second in command while they were here, but technically first in command now.
No.
Is it?
No.
But that probably means you're nearly as good or same level when it comes to creating things or understanding how the science works behind stuff.
I try to be.
I'll pull out a vial of my purple liquid. Actually, I'll bring out the one that was given to me, the proper one.
Yeah.
So I've got a few of these,
Oh, yes, the fuel.
and I show my one, which is a extract
Oil.
from a plant that apparently isn't used in the oil, in the fuel, sorry. Apparently the fuel is some sort of, comes from the violet leaf that's been growing around. They are one of the same. The violet leaf comes from the aftermath of making the fuel.
Right, yes.
Would you have any idea where one would get such a leaf?
No idea. Part of what I've been trying to figure out, but I haven't come to any conclusions.
Because Elowin, if I recall correctly, never told you where she got the fuel from, did she?
No, she was creating it in private so that it couldn't be,
Mass-produced.
so that others couldn't.
If you're willing to keep what we say in this room secret,
Of course.
the supplies that our friend would have been getting it from a succubus who was getting it from the mother of the forest, per se.
Potentially evil, not
A
potentially.
hag. You know, you've heard stories of a hag somewhere.
Right.
Which means comes from the hag, picked up or dropped off to succubus, and succubus delivers it to Elowin. Which means that deliveries were never far from the city, apparently, for the succubus to get them, which means the handoff happens in the city. I don't really know what that means, but it just means it's all happening in the city.
Right.
Do you know what days they would get the fuel?
Only when it was delivered here, which was usually halfway through the week, but has been for a couple of weeks now.
And how long? And that's been the whole time that they've been gone?
Yes.
What if they don't need the fuel anymore? They've got enough of it to sustain whatever they're making.
Well, I think Elowen has finished her experimentations phase. I have a running theory that she's been using that fuel for the wardens as a testing grounds to use it for something else.
Yeah.
Did she ever talk about maybe building something completely different? So, like, maybe a random thought where she dismissed it afterwards.
No, her main pitch was the fuel was to have something sustainable that they could all run on. Each of our different creations have had to have a different means of power. So having something that was universal was kind of the goal.
Makes sense. That is something worth trying to do. However, based on our research...
It's been doing more harm than good.
Yeah, but Alwyn is doing it to make a weapon. But...
Elowen, a weapon.
Perhaps it's just...
We think she is part of
like a group.
building something.
Doesn't sound like her. She was always having the dwarves on about trying to make weapons.
Yeah.
I think she's been commissioned.
Yeah, commissioned by the hag, potentially. Actually...
It's hard to know what Elowen is really up to without knowing her intentions, because for all we know, she could be charmed or, you know.
Were you friends with them? Like, close at all?
Yeah. We both came from Chasseneur to start up the wing here together.
Before I ask this question, I believe it says appeared. Do you think... do you know if they were having nightmares? Or anything like that?
I mean, she was looking a little restless during the time that she was developing the fuel, but I thought it was just burning midnight oil as we're wont to do.
But do you think it could be...
Potentially. She looked like she was down on sleep for a while.
That's interesting.
Oh, you can go first.
Actually, has Elowen ever seemed slightly off, like something not quite part of her personality?
I mean, not that I could tell other than the fact that she was showing up less and less while she was working on the fuel, but...
I was hoping it might be a shapeshifter involved.
No, I believe a knight had said in my book they can enter dreams of some sort. It's potentially, I'm unsure, but charming maybe could happen
she was
through
just
sleep.
threatened through her dreams.
Maybe. Do you
That
know...
would explain why she's been working on it non-stop, hoping to get it done as soon as possible.
Could you give us their house address or wherever they live?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe.
Do you have a means of getting into the brass?
Yes.
Well,
Oh, well, yeah.
The free.
although, if I recall correctly, Legion members, if it's a job or like a mission, we sometimes get access to the brass.
If it's on your schedule to be patrolling, then yes.
Well, I mean, I could try and convince the headmaster.
Well, if you had the address and, like, then that's kind of proof that we need to go there. Have the others asked for the address?
Yes.
Though
just
they
wondered
are on more official business than
Yeah.
us. I mean, we're still official business, but they have priority.
I just feel like they're going to miss something important.
Kari? Not necessarily. She's pretty sharp.
Yeah, but it's all to do with, like, fiendish things, you know? That's not something a normal
That is
person
your
could pick up.
expertise, indeed.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna pop a potion. Drink it.
Potion.
Drink it.
Don't use your shit, he says.
Yeah, no. 5 minutes into the investigation. Click, click, click.
This is all I do though. I like to use Hunter Sense. Primeval Awareness.
Woo.
For 1 minute, tell me, within 1 mile, aberration, celestial dragon, elemental, fae, fiend, undead. Everything.
Yes.
Just think everything.
I won't think
We could make it everything to make it easier.
No. because there's stuff that's not. Give me that again.
Celestial, aberration, dragon, elemental, fae, fiend, undead.
You get fiend. You get fiend.
Within, how far is 1 mile from me?
25-minute walk.
Well,
How long to walk? One.
because this building's pretty big.
Yeah, it's 25-minute walk.
How big is this building? Does it like at least encapsulate like majority of a mile?
No. This building is like maybe the size of like a city ball or half a city block. A mile would be a small portion of the high stone that you're on, a little bit of the low stone, some of the regular earth that's kind of beneath here, a little bit of the forest.
Right. As I drink that potion, you'll see. This is probably the only time you guys will notice it. Before my eyes go to, it's black with the dragon eyes, as it always does when I drink a potion. You'll notice that the corner of my eyes and the inside of my eyes are already black before the potion takes effect.
What is he doing?
Don't worry, this is part of his shtick. This is how he tracks things.
It's like a sixth sense.
Don't worry, nothing to fear.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we should have given you a warning. This is very normal for us by now.
All right.
Yeah, I just forget that you wouldn't have been around. Yeah, I get, there's a lot of people talk about my eyes a lot.
I think it was more the just
the black.
taking a
The
swig
sip?
of something.
You didn't care about the eyes?
No, it was mainly the eyes.
Okay. Within a mile of us, I can sense a fiend type creature. The city has its fiends occasionally, but normally when it's a mile, I can try get the scent and stay on it. But I say this potion will last about a minute, so I think we should potentially do the tree last and maybe check out Alwyn's workstation just so I can get the fiend stuff out the way, just in case there's an energy there that I can.
Her room's just down the hall.
Perfect.
So you want to go there first?
Yeah, just while I have this up.
Do you want me to go with you?
Yeah.
Yes, we're all investigating together, and then we'll go see the plants.
Alright, can you please show us to it?
Of course. Takes you just a little bit down the hall into one of the other chambers. Pretty similar to Natasha's little office, but there's a bit more room in here. You can see that there's like a small bed and a few facilities that are within this room. You can see again a big, kind of large central desk, a big, almost like a big whiteboard, fully made of like metal with like magnets that are holding various things up on it.
Is it like whiteboard material?
It's like a sheet of metal. It's just set up as one would a whiteboard.
I'll walk into the middle of the room. Let's focus, and I'm gonna try, while that's activated, sense in it. I'm gonna try to use my favorite enemy and my Hunter's Bane to focus in and try see if I can grab any track of that thing that's around. See if they've been in this room before, or if there's like leftover sulfur or energy. Just trying to connect to the supernatural side of them.
Yeah. With that active as you walk into this room, you don't get the sense that there was a fiendish creature in here. But there is a fading kind of old aura that something wasn't quite right. That there was, if nothing less, like just fiendish energy that was in here at some point.
Do I get any like side of the rooms or no?
Just kind of
everywhere.
like whatever was in here had something going on.
Yeah, there was definitely some sort of fiend in this room at some point, but it's long gone. It's just evil energy. I want to start checking areas where I think a normal Legionnaire wouldn't check.
Yeah.
I want to check, like, if there's a desk, I want to check under it for any switches or buttons. I'd also like to walk up to the whiteboard, and I want to, maybe if there's an open window or a window somewhere,
Yeah.
point it towards the sunlight and look at it at an angle and see if I can see any leftover drawings, perhaps.
Give me an investigation check. What's everyone else doing?
Look for. Come back to me on that one.
I want to look for any scratches, like either on the floor against the walls, as well as any furniture that has gained dust and there is like something that could be missing from there.
Yeah, give me an investigation check, wasn't it?
Natural.
Unnatural 20? Nothing noteworthy under the desk, nothing kind of hidden away in a place you wouldn't expect. You tilt that board kind of in the direction of the sunlight and let it stream on. You can see that there are markings where like stuff's been put on this board and drawn in pen on big sheets of paper or whatever. You can make out what look like, years and years worth of diagrams that have been drawn over top of each other and calculations that have been done. You make out a little bit of information that would indicate research into extraction from natural substances, pressing, like tapping trees, pressing like leaves and flowers, or like extracting, from like vines or any kind of like natural substance that can be extracted from plants, and kind of vaguely familiar like alchemical research, essentially. It's about all you glean from the whiteboard there.
Oh, 14.
14. Look around. A lot of what's in here has kind of begun to gather a thin layer of dust, except for the places that have been quite heavily searched a couple of times. Looking around, you do notice that the bed looks like it is incredibly disheveled, like it hadn't been made properly for the last dozen or so times that it had actually been used. And you can see that there are patches of like mildew or mold beginning to form on some of those places that look like maybe they were left damp for an extended period of time.
You're fine.
There's mold here.
Can I go up to the blanket and stuff and sheets? I'm gonna pick it up, and I want to. Well, first spot that maybe hasn't molded just as much as the others. I want to see if I can smell sweat.
Now that it's been pointed out, you go over and kind of take a bit of a look, like remove the pillowcases, and you do notice that it's like where a head would lie, this kind of patch of what had essentially been left damp or had continuously been damp for a long time, beginning to kind of mold out from the center under the pillowcase, and it does have that like lingering multiple instances of like waking up in a cold sweat.
I just kind of throw the pillow on the ground angrily. And it seems that the hag got to them. It's a lot of sweat here. An ungodly amount would have been terrible nightmares.
Potentially. I want to look around for any, like, letters or, like, any signs that she was communicating with someone.
Taking a bit of a look around in this space, you can see that where there was any useful belongings, it looks like they have been
Taken.
on behalf of the investigation.
And then one more thing was, is there anything in this room that would seem like not typical for Elwyn to have in her workshop? Like something that just doesn't seem like it belongs.
Give me an investigation check.
Nine.
Nothing that jumps out at you as peculiar.
Is there like a shred of that violet leaf anywhere in here?
Not that you can find immediately. If there was, it's been confiscated.
Are there any plants in
There's a small, like, potted plant sitting on a shelf near the window that looks like it hasn't been watered in about half a month.
I go to the plant.
Are you gonna chat it up?
Hello. Oh.
This looks like it's
Are you thirsty? I can give you some water.
A little bit, yeah.
I uncork my water skin.
Thanks.
Is that better?
A little bit.
You know, Elwyn, that whose room this is?
Yeah.
Did you see what she was doing in the last few days?
Days? What's that?
Like,
It has no concept of time.
the last time you saw her,
Yeah.
do you remember what she was doing?
She was lying in the bed, and she screamed. She fell out of the bed.
Oh yeah.
She left. That was the last time.
Oh no. You're
Um,
right.
I asked the plant, what happened the last time they saw Elwyn, and apparently she was in the bed and woke up screaming and then fell to the ground and then left.
Ask the plant if there's if they remember hearing a name of a location come up that Elwyn went to multiple times.
Did Elwyn say anything about a frequent location they like to go to?
And I like shake the water bottle close to him.
You bribing a plant?
I can't tell what it's saying, so I have no idea if it's working.
Talk to herself a bit.
What'd she say?
The bit of water.
There was frustration. She talked about being close. Talked to herself a lot. Mentioned a warehouse.
Did this seem like her normal self?
No.
Natasha.
Yes.
I haven't actually seen.
Why is your friend talking to Pop now?
She has an
Spell.
amazing ability. That's what we're gonna do to the plant and the warden.
Right.
I've actually never seen Elwyn before. What do they look like?
Oh, she's a half elf, wood elf lineage. Usually dresses in whites and greens.
You want a photo?
No, I was just double checking stuff.
So apparently Elowen kept talking to herself. Apparently she was very frustrated and apparently was talking about the whip.
So then potentially she is doing this because she's scared. Scared of something.
Natasha, could you leave the room for 5 minutes?
Of course.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
Steps out, a little concerned.
Why?
Because I gotta talk about personal shit, and I don't want a stranger to hear about it. I have an idea of how we could get some more information tonight after we've done our current research. Based on my readings, I could attempt to go to sleep and have a nightmare and see if around here maybe, and see if the hag leaps into mine.
Sleep-induced nightmare? Induced nightmare?
And what will happen when she does take over your mind?
I have pretty good defenses against that, and potentially some potions could help. The thing is, you seem like you've got your shit together, nonetheless. Seem to be enjoying life currently, other than the fact that we're chasing down a mysterious person making a weapon to kill everything. I can't go into much details, but I fight having nightmares a lot. And as much as I don't want to, I could just let it happen if you guys are willing to be here when I go to sleep, just in case. Because I don't really know how to... After them entering, I don't really know what the fuck happens. So it's a gamble, but...
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there for you.
might be worth doing it.
I mean, did you want to do it here in Elowen's workshop?
Yeah, because I still got that sense of...
There's like an aura in here.
Yeah.
It's fading, but still lingering.
So I think based on like how much it's fading, it would still be here tonight.
It feels like it's been kind of fading for the last week, 2 weeks. Like it's just sitting in the air.
There is this fiendish dark energy in this room, so I think potentially it might be the right location.
Area.
If something happens to me during this, if I get this nightmare, if whatever happens, there was something I wanted to just let you guys know. When we first met, I mentioned looking for an old friend. Just someone with orange hair, back when I was a kid. And I think they're wrapped up in some bad stuff currently in the city. And we've been dealing with a lot of bad stuff, and there's this weapon, there's the fiends, there's so much going on. I don't know what they're wrapped in, but if you see someone like that wrapped in this, if I'm out of commission or whatnot, either let me deal with it or just be patient with them.
All right.
Are they a bad person?
No, well, I think they're a good person that potentially trying to do a good deed the wrong way. I don't know much. I'm trying to find out more, but I just, if I get my brain messed up from this, I just want someone looking out for that person. Then.
Yeah, I can do that. We can do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Then do we think we are ready to go see the warden?
Yeah. I'm ready to. I'm hoping we get enough clues now so I don't have to go to fucking have a nightmare.
Well.
So, just
all right.
ask this warden some good questions.
Meet up with Natasha again.
You walk out into the hall, you can see that she's like pulling her coat back on and looking in one of the metallic panels on the wall and kind of like trying to pull her hair down, but it just keeps coming back up.
We're ready to see that water.
Right, this way. And she like walks past you and continues up through.
I'll put my hand in like my pocket of like random plants and stuff, and I grab the sticky one that I have, and I just
Flatten the side of the head. Is that going to come out?
yes,
Good.
month.
There's this nasty goop through like fluorescent blue hair.
Oh my god.
There's a bit of smoke coming up.
Puts her hat on top and it does not look like it's going to come off anymore.
No, no.
The extra hold.
That was the wrong one. Gorilla glue.
No!
She guides you through the various hallways until eventually you come into the warehouse that is familiar to you. You can see that there are 15 or so of those shield wardens that you saw at the front gates. At the very end of this warehouse, you can see that there are a couple of Legion members that are reporting for duty and currently activating one at the end of the line. You can see on the right-hand side, there's a selection of maybe 30 of those lumbering ones that you've seen a few of the civilians own. And tucked in behind them, you can see a few of the tall, humanoid-looking scribe wardens. Leads you through. You can see like large bunker door open at the end where these Legion members are grabbing one of the shield wardens. She goes, right, over here. She leads you over to where you had previously seen that shield warden with the small vine crawling out. Yes. So we had scheduled to dispose of this, and then this happened. You can see that it's like pushed up against the wall, and that vine has almost grown through it and up the side of the wall and across the ceiling. The various armor panels of this warden have been like buckled and pushed out so that it's almost been like stretched and is partially growing into the wall. This vine that is just flourishing and looks like it's grown a year's worth of growth in a matter of days.
So how did you try and dispose of it?
Well, we tried to move it out of here, but we noticed that it was rooted into the ground. Then we tried to cut it, and it got feisty. Then we tried to burn it, and this happened.
Oh.
Fuck it. I unravel my arm.
Uh-oh.
Just touch it. See if I feel anything on the mark.
It seemed to.
This thing's useless.
Natasha, I actually had a question. You know the owl drones that you
Yes,
make?
of course.
Do they keep records, or they just up or
They're audio equipment.
audio equipment?
Messages. Getting things from A to B.
Messenger man.
You're messenger owls, and then we have owls, and then you made robotic ones?
Yes, they're much easier to program. You can equip them with storage compartments and things.
Sorry, it's just funny.
Do we want to make a list of questions for the plan?
Just ask it the casual, normal ones. Where's Alwyn? Where's the fuel? Why are you a tree? With my hand
Even why it won't move.
with my hand touching it, I like to speak Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
Can you understand me, tree?
No response.
The magic.
It's not a speaking tree normally.
Alright. Work your magic, literally. You rub the tree.
It's a genie now.
You're casting this again?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Who disturbed my
Oh god.
You open that connection to the plant, and it feels slightly different to the other two. Almost strained, potentially. What do you want?
Well,
Feisty one.
it sounds mean.
No, you've got this. It's not going to hurt you.
Be nice to it.
You gonna hurt me too?
No,
Oh,
I won't hurt you.
traumatized.
All right. What do you want?
Do you know anything about a hag?
And
Or the mother, as they called her?
mother. Yeah.
Yeah?
Nasty.
What makes her nasty?
Rotten. Thief. Gave it away.
Gave what away?
Home.
Your home?
Yeah. Friends. Gone.
Where is your home?
In the trees. Nothing here.
What's it saying?
He was taken from his home, which was in the trees.
Ask if he knows about a group of dryads being frozen.
Do you know anything about a group of dryads being frozen?
Stay far away. Dangerous.
Are the dryads bad?
When they want to be.
Ask if he knows where the fuel comes from.
You have to.
Oh, I wouldn't show it to the plant.
Or don't. Yeah, if that's fuel oil.
Have you seen anything like this before?
Get the sense of this thing trying to like strain what limited sentience it's been given to like take in its surroundings a little bit. It goes, friends, what have you done to them?
It wasn't me. It was the mother. The mother did this.
You all notice as the vines sort of like penetrating into that back wall, you just notice the cracks kind of grow out a little bit more as it like goes into the wall.
We're trying to get your friends back. If you know anything that could help us.
Stolen, taken, pulled from the ground. From where?
Where were they taken from?
Home.
Can you describe your home?
Trees, gardens, flowers.
What did the flowers look like?
Beautiful. Friends.
Did you see any people?
People. Sometimes.
Is it gardens?
Did they wear any clothing that were all the same?
No. Just people.
Well, ask if they saw the giant automatons.
Did you see any of the automatons, what you're currently in right now?
Was this one? Clung to it. Waited. Took it down.
How did you cling to it?
Yes. Somehow.
Ask if his forest where he comes from is a different forest to the dryads.
Are you from the same place as the dryads?
Same forest, different place.
But the same forest.
Yeah, I'm gonna map what we got.
You watch those armor panels of the automaton kind of getting slowly pulled further apart. You can see the various joints being like strained, the metal buckling a little bit as this thing's like pushing into the wall to keep it here.
Does it have any idea where we could find this hag?
Or Owen.
Do you know the person named Elwyn? Have you heard that name before?
Names? No.
Did you see the people that took you?
His mother was there. Gave friends to this thing.
And again, you see the automaton body buckle back into the wall.
Maybe you should ask one more question. Maybe ask, should we stop Mother or stop something else?
I mean, do you think it'll know?
I think that something has made a deal with Mother, so we need to know which one's the main threat.
Do you think Mother is more dangerous or this thing that you saw?
All leads back to Mother.
Does she have a resting ground or like a hive or anything like that?
Claims the forest is hers. Have to find a trail.
And what kind of trail does she leave?
Death.
Death.
That's real. We know where it starts, though.
In the forest.
Dryads.
Oh, so we can't go back unless we've...
We'll go around. Question, Dan. What forest did we find the Dryads in? I've got the map up. Is it from the left of Argentum? Is it this little patch here?
It's
Or is it like
no,
this
it's
right?
that on the right there. That big
Oh,
one.
my theory's coming more true, guys.
What's your theory?
I swear, I've said this a million times. It's at Garen's Well. It's got to be at Garen's Well. It's in the middle.
Garen.
It's at the middle of the groves. Bridgewater, Bloom.
Oh, you're saying that's where the hag is?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the forest and right next to all the groves. Also,
That's
it's got
also
well in the
like
name.
how far? I feel like everything needs to be more centralized.
The hag is be wherever she wants. We need to go into the forest anyway and investigate. By the sounds. It looks like he's about to break.
One final question, and then I wish to ask a favor of you. Or not really a favor, but just I want to help you. Do you know any way that can help with defeating the hag?
There's a question. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I like that.
Good at that one.
Oops, say that. So what am I? So 19.
19, eh?
Always moving. Keep her in one place.
Strainer.
Put the wrong blood curse. There's one exactly for that.
And to help you, I want to try and return you back to your home. So if you have the strength, if you're able to become a seed, that way I can carry you back home.
What was your persuasion for before, sorry?
19.
Right. As you ask that last question about dealing with the hag, you'll watch as this thing in the wall kind of loosens a little bit. Those armor panels kind of stop creaking, pull a little closer together as this mass of vines that crawls up the wall and across the ceiling seems to almost relax. As Lily mutters that final request, you watch it kind of begin to like rapidly kind of pull in on itself. And over the course of, it takes a few minutes, 10 minutes or so, but eventually just kind of recedes back into a small, almost like basketball-sized mass of just resting vine bramble.
Can I pick it up?
It's a little thorny in places, but just very natural. Natural, like woven vine that's just kind of balled itself together.
Do you want to keep that?
Yes.
Where do you want to keep that?
In my bag.
If you've got space.
It's just a big ball.
Bulge out the side of the bag, a couple of thorns poking through.
Oh my god. Well,
Comfy.
Natasha, I guess that takes care of your plant problem.
It seems so. We can look at clearing this up and patching the several dozen holes in the wall.
Well, we got our answers, which is good.
I wanted to talk strategy really quickly.
Yes, go.
I know we said we were gonna search the warehouse district and stuff.
At the very least, ask about the sightings of our Eowyn.
Yeah. I just had a thought. It's most likely that the legions are gonna search the warehouses. Right? It's a given.
Mm-hmm.
What if is it best to put our trust in the Legion and fight on two fronts? They go after Eowyn and we go after the hag. Because one of us will succeed, hopefully.
Well, if we wanted to go to Kari and exchange information and maybe plan something with her.
Yeah, because I think based on what Lily said, the tree said, and based on the forest, and it all starts with the hag. So both of them are an issue, but I don't think it's a good time to be, especially if they need fuel and we can stop the one delivering it, the hag, then that stops them from being able to continue. And if we fail, hopefully the Legion finds Eowyn and deals with that.
Though I guess I'm a little bit worried that they are finished with the fuel.
Yeah, that too.
But I think it is a good idea. Plus, I needed to find Kari anyway to have a look at whatever she gathered. I don't know if she will willingly share what she found. I mean, me and her aren't on best terms is not a good word. I guess we just don't get along sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what the likelihood is of exchanging information. But I think if we present a good enough plan, like you just suggested, we go after the hag, we tell her about the hag.
Yeah. That's your chip to get her information.
And then maybe we can form a deal.
Yeah, because I think we should stop the hag.
Well, I agree. For one, it seems that she seems to be part of, if not the main cause of the unrest in just the balance of nature after what we've seen at the gardens and what's happened at Wood End. There seems to be something that's got the trees riled up.
Once we get done with this hag business, may I request what our next mission be?
Well, I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just take one thing at a time.
I want Xavier to be our next target.
I can agree with that.
So then we defeat the hag and then we're going straight to Xavier.
We'll take maybe a break.
Not straight away, but I do think that we need to clear his presence from the city.
I'm sick of tired of letting devils run what we do.
Even so, wouldn't the weapon also be a big problem?
Well, stopping the hag would give us the information on the weapon.
Well, the
Typically stop
idea
the
as
weapon.
well is that Kari has gotten a good information where she might be able to find Elowen, and then we can take care of the hag. It's kind of two things happening at once. So Kari and her team taking care of Elowen, who probably is with the weapon right now, and then taking
And-
care of the hag.
If the hag is commissioned this weapon,
Or even controlling Elowen, it might help.
yeah. But if she commissioned the weapon, she might be the one to use it. So technically, getting rid of that also helps. There's still a chance we're gonna have to come back and save the Legion's ass.
Yeah.
No offense, I don't. They don't really have a great track record in the past month.
What do you mean by that?
A lot's kind of happened, and we were kind of on the trail already for a while.
Well, I
before
mean,
they-
we had a heads up from Sebastian, did we not?
Yeah, but it all kind of just.
I think what you have to remember is that the Legion, I guess, does things in a bit more of a formal manner. We've kind of just been going about it really however we please.
Well, if they stop what's happening, then all good for them. But if they don't, we'll be there to. Yeah, but I do think the hag will be a bigger threat.
Plus, I think with your knowledge and your little, I feel like that is something that might give us an advantage.
Yeah.
Plus, we've now gotten some tips from the tree, the plant that we've just spoken to. Either way, I think we are the best to deal with this.
Yeah, got my blade ready. We should find your not friend, but friend. Then
Friend, but not friend.
the Legion member that we need to ask
Kari?
Sheriff. Yeah.
In addition, if we know where we're going and Dari is not busy, we can get an extra pair of hands.
That's true. We'll find out greatly if I have a nightmare as well. So we'll see.
Oh, yes, there was that. Do we want to track down Kari then?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Natasha, do you know where Kari was headed with her investigation? Do you know where she might be?
No idea. I haven't seen her in a couple of days.
Okay. I might just ask the headmaster. She's not too far from here. Just pop in and just say hello.
I know where she's going.
Where?
To a bowl of rice.
You mean a jelly-filled donut?
Oh, Kari.
Kari! Harry! Carrie!
Harry.
Although she's probably where the warehouses are.
No, couldn't ask around. I'm sure there's some Legion members in here, right? That were grabbing stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'll just...
On the hunt.
Yeah. I will see if any of the Legion members nearby know where Kari was taking her investigation, where I might find her.
You ask the two that are at the front of the gear that are currently guarding. They seem to be with Tynan's regiment. Not 100% sure of what's happening with the investigation. Seems that they're trying not to have information be too rampant so that it gets out.
Yeah, alright. Well, I'll just go to the headmaster then, I think. It'll take me 5 minutes and then we can check the warehouse district and maybe she's already there.
I'll come along.
To the headmaster?
Yeah. We are working for the Ghana now, so
I guess.
might as well introduce myself or us.
Do I know, like, how strict is the headmaster of people bringing in civilians?
One way to find out.
Well, I mean, I can ask. Maybe when we get there, wait outside the door.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yes? Everyone coming along then? All right. guess she can meet the band, I guess. Alright. Heading off to the headmaster.
You kind of start the stroll. Essentially, you're on the opposite end of the high stone. Again, making that walk. You get 5 or 10 minutes in that direction of what is probably a couple of hours of wandering around the high stone to get to the Legion halls. As you're walking, having conversation, you almost feel it before you hear it. There's this rumble beneath your feet, and then you hear a massive explosion. A sound that echoes off of the mountains behind you. You see birds flutter out of the forest nearby. Immediately, everyone on the street kind of freezes and ducks down a little bit, figuring like what just happened. You see, as you're kind of looking around, from your view, what is behind the gear, you see trailing up from somewhere in the ring of earth a plume of faintly fluorescent pink smoke that just begins to billow up.
Is it coming from the warehouse district?
It's coming from somewhere in the ring of earth. From where you are, it just looks like it's in that vicinity. You have to start
We need to hurry.
We need to go there now. I'm already running towards it.
Is it in the same ring we are in?
It looks like by the time that you're seeing this, it's like a wide plume, so it's probably coming from down in the ring of earth.
Yeah, I'm already running toward the...
I'll grab one of my belts.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you kind of take that quick sprint back to the gear.
Follow my lead.
So what's the plan here?
I grab one of my belt loops and I put it on the thing, and I do the classic
So you're
fly down.
going cable car direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I do the same thing.
Wait, what?
Hang on to me.
I feel like I'll be too heavy.
No, I'm strong. I've got you. Plus Lily is like tiny.
She took her belt off her pants and now you're hanging on to her.
Have you seen her design? She's got so many belts.
true.
You can spare
I have
one.
spears. You ever joined these?
Sadly.
Okay, so you quickly make a couple of minutes sprint back to the secondary cable car, but you haven't actually been near this one yet, behind the gear. It's a much shorter track, but also much steeper. So, as we're going, can I get acrobatics from Strider?
I'm going for like a sturdy rather than a fast approach.
Yeah, give me athletics for you, but
Okay.
with disadvantage because you have Lily attack.
It's okay, Lily. I got you.
18.
Hang on tight. Okay. Let's hope it's okay. Oh no!
I fall.
11?
11. All right. You all latch on and begin to rapidly descend, very quickly passing from the high stone into the low stone. Buildings beside you are a blur. You hit a 90-degree corner where this flings from the low stone in the direction of the ring of earth. Flings around. You all kind of almost 45-degree angle out and around that corner. And as you're swinging back in you get about halfway from the low stone to the ring of earth. So about, 30 feet above the ground. As you swing around and Yorna, you slam into the rail that you are sliding down.
Oh no.
Can I get dexterity saving throws from both of you?
No.
Whatever Yorna is using to attach yourself to this just snaps and you plummet 30 feet towards the ring of earth.
Oh, it was good. 17.
6.
Okay.
Oh shoot.
Probably don't have time to turn around and see this.
If this makes any difference, I would like. If this means I take more damage, then that's fine. I would like to fall in a way that I would cushion Lily. If we're falling.
Okay. I will let you choose to take the full damage and give her advantage if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Roll again.
Oh, 14?
Okay. So Yorna will be taking full damage, or Lily will be taking half.
Okay.
So this is 30 feet, so that's A total of 9 bludgeoning damage
That's fine.
for
That's
you.
my 10 hit points gone.
and 4 bludgeoning damage for Lily. As you both go flying and hit the pavement on the ground, roll a few feet, and you are maybe a couple of minutes sprint from the warehouse district. By the time that you two both get your senses stride, you've made it to the end of that cable car.
All right, let me hop up and I pick her up.
You can see Lily and Yorna kind of getting themselves off the ground about 60 or so feet in the direction of the warehouse district, and you can indeed see that this plume of smoke is starting from a very small point, but is billowing up from somewhere in that area.
All right, I'm booking.
I land, and without looking back, I look up like, all right, guys, we need to keep going. And I stop.
Slow down. Slow down.
I will.
Goddamn $5 belts.
I'll 90 feet movement.
Yeah.
Dash twice because of rogue.
Then you will start sprinting through. You can see a few Iron Legion members and a warden trailing behind you, going full speed in this direction. As you get into the warehouse district, again, there's 40, 50 buildings in here. But all 3 of you have been in this general vicinity at this point and know, based roughly on the location, that this is very likely Ronald's warehouse that has just gone up in smoke.
Oh no!
I just yell out, Ronald!
Yeah, I'm running.
And as you're all approaching, take a quick break. We'll come
Ronald!
back.
Dude, I can't believe you just were like, explosion.
I know who did it.
You know
It's
who
the
did it?
Hamburglar. He knew Ronald had the recipe. He was after him all along.
Okay. Having heard and noticed this explosion in the distance, making very good time to get down to the Ring of Earth, but still probably taking you 10 or so minutes by the time you get to the cable car, get to the bottom, and make your way over. A few Legion members rushing also in this direction. You can see that as you approach Ronald's warehouse, which had looked disheveled, you can see is now missing pretty much a full side wall.
Oof.
Most of the front wall where the front door would be. A good half of the ceiling has been blown sky high, and you can still see bits of wood kind of sliding off of the roofs of other warehouses and hitting the ground here. This trail of smoke that's leading up and now filling the air above you still has a slight pink tinge to it as you approach. You can see there are people that were in the warehouses nearby that are still like coughing and like helping others out of essentially like a dust cloud that's just been blown up from this thing exploding here. As you approach a little closer, you can see an individual in full Legion attire that has been blown across the pathway. Their back has slammed into the warehouse opposite Ronald's. The chest of his armor fully caved in, and you can see blood is leaking down the front of the armor. It just looks like all hell broke loose here in a matter of seconds.
Are there currently Legion members like near the house and stuff?
There is currently a couple of individuals like nearby, but not getting too close. They're waiting to just make sure nothing else is going to detonate in this space. There's an individual leant over the very clearly dead Legion member, just kind of like checking on them.
Was that the one with the caved in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grab the thing and just put it over nose, and I'm gonna rush into Ronald's house.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna like push past any island Legion members in my way. I'm gonna be like, focus on the injured. I'm gonna figure out this, and I want to look for his hatch.
As you run in, they go, "Wait, it's dangerous!" And like you just push past them and head in. As soon as you get in, the very familiar smell of very intense doses of violet is pluming up from the basement of this area here. As you're running in, what are Yorna and Lily doing?
I want to find out if Ronald has been accounted for.
Okay.
See, I want to go up to one of the Legion members and just, or like the one that Strider will pass and just like, he'll be fine. We need to set up a perimeter.
Of course, we have a few others on their way now. We have a couple out, but we'll go and get that set up. Like they're talking amongst themselves to make sure that they're doing that. You make your way. Who are you asking?
Maybe one of them that looks like was in the vicinity when the explosion happened, but not like injured.
Yeah. You make your way over to. You can see. Roll a d10 for me.
10.
Roll it again, please.
Don't have that many. 8.
You can see an individual from your regiment. Helmet currently off is the one like tending to that like dead Legion member, kind of is checking on them, and you can see as they like turn around this look of very clear like acceptance that this individual was just instantly killed. Kind of turns to you. You can see Malin, a human officer from your regiment, turns around, just like tears running down her eyes, goes,
All the civilians safe. Have you seen the man who owns this warehouse? His name's Ronald. Still inside?
no one's come out.
All right. I'll have to go in.
As you're talking to her, Lily's helping get things set up. You can see those two that were running along behind you with the warden are making their approach, and you can make out Kari like a few hundred feet away, also approaching. You make your way into the building.
Yep.
All of the interior walls as you knew them have been like thrown against the exterior ones. Everything is disheveled. The ground is pretty much just dirt for the most part. All of the alchemical stations, the glass has been shattered against the walls, various like poisons and toxins now lining the wall. Where the hatch was, what was maybe a, hatch that one person could fit through, is now about a 4-meter hole in the ground where rock and earth has been thrown up. And you can just see a plume of this pink smoke billowing up from the basement below.
I yell out, I knew we had a hatch. It's blown out and a lot of smoke's coming. I'm just gonna try and investigate in it.
See if you can find Ronald.
Yeah.
You need extra hands in there.
I should be alright for now. I'll call out if I need it. Is that plume of smoke still running away, or is it just, was it like something running
This is just like...
just here?
Yeah, it looks like potentially not on fire, but it just looks like the top of the bonfire is just billowing out of the hatch.
Alright, hold on, breath. Actually, Yorna, can I borrow your lantern?
Yeah, I'll have to come inside, and I cover up and just... And as I am making my way in to give Strider my lantern of seeing, I think it is, I want to scan for Ronald.
Yeah, okay. Give me a perception check as you run in.
12?
Well, no signs of life. Or death, for that matter.
13. I'm sort of
No, it doesn't.
she.
You run in with that lantern.
Here you go.
Kari making her way in with the warden. Lily, where are you at this point, as these two are both now in the building?
Is there like a crowd still like it around us?
I mean, there's people that are kind of scattering, but they're like maybe, a little closer than they should be. A few people gathering around trying to see what's happening.
I'm gonna try and find like a box or a crate that I can stand on. And then Lily's just gonna go, everyone stay back! This is a danger zone!
Give me a persuasion check now.
Yeah. 19.
19. You get up in front of maybe a crowd of like 50 or 60 that are gathering around way closer than they should be. Yell that out immediately. Like a lot of them kind of just give a bit of a nod and like disperse through a little bit. As you come down from doing that, the stone or the shield warden that had been approaching kind of stops in front of the building, like assessing the surroundings, shields up, ready to protect anyone that needs it. The Legion members following in behind, and you do see you guys bumped into her briefly again at the gardens. This 7-foot Goliath woman in full Legion armor, the double-bladed scimitar over her back. This is Kari that Yorna keeps mentioning. Runs up, goes, "Thank you for that. There any, looks over at the dead individuals. Shit. Do you know what happened?"
One of the warehouses exploded. We're trying to find anyone that's remaining inside.
You're with Yorna, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Keep doing what you need to do. I'll make sure everybody else is out of here. And she rounds up a couple of the other men, goes, "I want everything in a half-mile radius blocked off. Make sure everyone is out of the way." And starts gathering the forces there as you two are pushing into this building.
I pull out my rope.
Yeah.
You want to hold on to this? I just don't know how deep this goes.
All right.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I would find somewhere to anchor it. It's not just me hanging on to it. I'll try and.
And not strong enough.
I'm just making sure that I am ready for if you decide to.
There's a broken wall over there.
10,000. Yeah.
Like this pillar might be.
Oh god.
It's not too hard to get down. You begin to head down with the rope. There's a few rungs of the ladder left that you're able to kind of skip down till about 15, 16 feet below where the hatch was. You hit solid ground. You can see that what was once a pretty cleanly wooden floor has been blown to pieces, and there's dirt and rocks that are piled up on it. You're in a small-ish chamber here. From what you can see, again, there is smoke billowing out of the other end of the room and up past you through that hole. That citrus smell that you know is distinctive violet is mixed with earth and soil and just smells a bit putrid almost. You can make out various crates, a few desks with, again, now incredibly broken, but what was once much more intricate alchemy gear that was lining this room is shattered against the walls. As you're moving through here, do I currently have the violet card, or do you have the violet card?
Yeah.
I might have given it in the back, but I might have kept it for the sake of how many potions I had at the time. Here you go.
Nice one, have a quick look at it. Wow. Perfect. Can I please get a Constitution saving throw as you are moving through here?
Ooh. 21.
21, all right. You begin feeling yourself inhaling the smoke, this kind of toxic mix of violet and earth, but you're able to push it out of your system and just keep what little fresh air there is down here flowing through you. How long are you staying in the building?
Does it look like you can easily climb back out of this hole?
I mean, it didn't look like there were any struggles getting in.
I'll tie the rope up. Strider, I trust you know what you're doing. Let me know if you need help. I'll be just outside. I don't want to inhale any of this.
Yep, see if you can try to figure out people to get rid of this smoke somehow.
All right, I'll do one more scan of to see if Ronald is anywhere in here.
No signs of it.
Okay. I look for a sturdy piece of something here, maybe a nice rock, and just
Easy
tie it
enough
up,
to do.
just in case Strider needs that, and I exit the building.
Lantern mode.
You open that up, and it's kind of like pushing a flashlight through fog, kind of lights up the smoke in front of you. But you push through this room, which is maybe only about 20 feet wide, but pushes quite deep. And you walk for maybe 60 or 70 feet until you start seeing charred and broken boxes that look like they once held either the raw materials for or the processed violet down here. You can see that the last few crates that remain are just in flames, billowing the smoke out the end. You can see various work desks, again with alchemical equipment that has been thrown, glass shards piercing the now dirt walls of this space. As you push through, can I get a perception check?
Perception. 14.
And what is the radius on those lights?
It's pretty decent.
Light in a 30-foot radius and a dim light for additional 30.
Okay. As you kind of push into the end of this almost tunnel here, you can see up the back wall what looks like a smattering of crimson that is running down the now earthen interior of this small chamber.
He knew too much.
And just as you notice that, almost distracted by seeing that for a moment, just out of the corner of your eye, you catch a glimpse of movement on the ground. At first, it looks like a rat or something that is scurrying past, but you look down and it is not much bigger than like a rat or a possum. This small bipedal creature, almost like reptilian-looking skin, the underside this like natural cream, almost like leathery skin, its arms ending in claws. The back of its body is this like sickly green, almost slimy looking hide. A small, not goblinoid, but like bug-eyed, small gnashing mouth face, thin ears that push back, curled black horns, and a like whipping tail that is only about this big, scurries like past at quite decent speed and like starts making its way
It's like
to
an
the hole.
Can I try shoot its tail to the floor?
Give me an attack roll.
That's an imp of some sort.
That's a shapeshifter.
Figure. Unnatural 20.
A natural 20. As soon as you see it, you whip around and hit the tail of this creature. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
That's my song. Oh no. Oops. Wrong number. 6.
6. You shoot that bolt and it pierces the tail. You hear the abyssal word, essentially just the exclamation, shit. As you pin this tail to the ground, this creature immediately, beyond bloodied, coughs up some like vile ichor out of its mouth. Just looks around in your direction.
I grab my bag and I just scoop him up and tie it to his head. And I'll speak abyssal because I can.
Give me an athletics check as you do that.
Oh shoot. Grab him!
See if you can grapple him.
Yeah, lit it. Oh boy.
Grab him good. You got this. I believe in you.
That is 15.
Yeah, that'll beat him. As you like sharp claws like tear at the bag for a moment before you grab it like quite tight. You can feel the claws like piercing through and clawing down your arm.
I'll hold him and I'll speak abyssal.
Yeah.
But like, what are you doing here?
Again, this like visceral, guttural language.
Follow orders. You know too much.
From the mother.
You wish.
I'll squeeze him more. But like, who else?
Yes, the mother.
Yorna, can you please drop that rope down for me? I need it.
I'll come back in and
I found a little friend we're gonna question later. And I'll use the rope to tie around the bag to make sure it's like double.
Yeah.
He's not escaping.
Go ahead and give me a survival check on that.
Eh, 19.
19. Alright. Easy enough. You wrap that rope around a few times, hold it in place. You have bound whatever this creature is.
Oh, with the bag. Alright, well, you're gonna be answering some questions later, so just keep quiet. I'll I'm going to grab my water skin. I'm going to pour out one of the fires on the crate. And try to use my cape to...
Yeah. Give me... just roll a dex check for me.
8.
You go down the end there, you like try and start putting this out, but like as you are, there's still 4 or 5 crates of violet that are just kind of beginning to smolder and go up in flames. Another plume of smoke starts coming out.
Are there any ingredients here that I haven't seen before?
We'll come back to that. What are you guys doing up top?
I've exited the building again and just awaiting Strider. Now I am scanning the outside area for Ronald. I'm also looking for him in maybe like any nearby alleys where he might have gone to hide.
Give me a perception check.
Are there many that are like injured?
Doesn't look like there were too many. There's one dwarven woman that looks like she was nearby that's like sat up against a building and looks like something pierced her in the explosion, but there's a Legion member like trying to deal to her wounds as best they can.
I'll go over and help. What's happened here?
She took a plank of wood through the chest.
Oh,
As you can see, by the wood stuck in the...
Okay. This is gonna hurt. So
What?
on the count of 3, okay? I'm not pushing it in.
damn, Lily's sick and murder.
All right, on 3, okay?
Okay.
1,
Okay.
2, 3.
And like immediate flow of blood starts coming out of like the collarbone area.
Push on her wound.
Okay.
All right,
You know
and then
he's not a vampire.
Yeah, you gotta check off all the boxes.
and I'll cast Healing Word on her.
Easy enough to do. You cast that healing magic. This very clearly commoner individual, you extend that magic out in her direction, and immediately the wound seems to like scab over, the bleeding stops. She goes, "Well, it'll be sore for a few days, but thank you."
Quite all right. Anyone else?
Don't think so, the Legion member goes. Just a few. Just her and our unfortunate comrade.
Okay.
I got a natural 20 for a total of 26.
God dang.
Anything else Lily's doing on that night?
I'm gonna head to the warehouse. But the remaining structure of the building, does it seem like it's still like holding together or like it's about to fall?
Give me a.
Don't give him ideas, I'm in here.
Give me just a perception check.
You got 3 rounds left. What I roll? Yeah, 8.
8. I mean, like, one of the walls has been entirely blown out. Most of the roof that was above it is there. You can see there's a few bits that look like they're hanging on by just, like, a couple of support beams, but nothing that looks like it's immediately about to fall.
Alright, I'm gonna look around for like a hammer or like a club or anything of that kind close by.
Yeah, there'd be a few tools. There'd be, yeah, like simple working hammers that have like been flung across from various toolboxes.
I'm gonna try and like hammer out some of the walls, that way the smoke is easier to come out of the building.
Yeah, okay. You start taking out some of the remaining structure that's causing like the smoke to bottleneck in here and kind of let it disperse out a wee bit more. You were taking a look around?
I'm looking for Ronald down alleyways, anywhere he might have gone to hide. I got a nat 20 for a total of 26.
Total of 26, eh? Okay. You take a look around, Pierre, and you can see that, you know, going down the street just a little bit, kind of to the outskirts of where this perimeter's been set up, looking around. Down one of the alleys, you can see that there is a child, it looks like. They just kind of hid down there when they heard the explosion. We're looking around a little bit more. No sign of Ronald, but what you do pick up on as you're kind of taking in the surroundings here is in the dust that's still settling on the ground. You don't see the source, but you just see like a very small trail of dust just get picked up, like something is like darting along beside you.
Beside me?
Yeah, like
how...
maybe 25 feet away, just on the road, but where that dust is settling, you just see this like an invisible force is being pulled through the dust and
I want to run and catch it.
What's your speed?
It's 30, but I would dash, so 60 plus dash.
Okay. As you start making chase, this thing is immediately outrunning you with an 80-foot dash.
80-foot dash?
Or 40 feet dashing for 80. So it's like just outpacing.
I want to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw my bowler.
Okay.
Bowler?
Yeah. All right, let me get the stat thing out.
Yeah. Is that a ranged weapon attack?
It is.
Okay. So it'll be a disadvantage because this creature is invisible.
No, I caught that.
Should have threw the lamp.
Oh, rats, nah, I caught that. Come on. No! What's on that one?
That one.
Oh, you saw it roll disadvantage though.
What? Another nat one? Double nat one? 9.
You
Oh.
wind up that bowler, these 3 weights on the end of the ropes, and toss it through the air. This creature just, with insane speed, darts and continues moving.
I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna run up to my bowler and see if I can get one more throw in before he's out of range.
Yeah? What does it say on there about recovering it? Pretty sure I put that on there.
On a miss, the bowler falls undamaged in a random space within 10 feet of the target.
Yeah. What is the range on it? Is the next question.
It's 20-60.
Okay, yeah, so it'll still just be at disadvantage then. Like this creature's getting away from you a little bit.
Come on.
Still invisible.
Okay. Come on. Plus...
The Dragon's got buff if it is.
13 to hit.
13 to hit. Does this deal damage?
It's 1d4 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Does
Can you roll
slam
that
damage?
Slam.
I do kill damage.
It's 1 plus... It's 5 bludgeoning damage.
You toss it. Twirls through the air and wraps around something invisible at the end of it. You can see it wraps around something no bigger than, yay big.
I think I found
Just
another one.
wraps and curls around the rope, getting knotted and tying those balls together as still invisible. This thing hits the ground and rolls another 5 or 10 feet. And you just start hearing this like screeching, something in pain that is crying out.
I approach the bowler and I try and figure out if I can, like... How do you make something uninvisible?
You'll whack it.
As you approach, you walk up towards the bowler. As soon as you're about 10 feet from this creature, immediately the invisibility drops. You see the same creature that Strider had seen previously, this small, like, leathery, demonic-looking, horned creature. And as soon as that invisibility drops, its bug eyes turn completely black. The mouth kind of unhinges, the teeth open out, and it screams in your direction. Can I get a wisdom saving throw?
What the hell?
Oh no.
Why didn't it do that to you? Why do I get it? I don't want it.
As it uses its scare.
Oh, shit.
Oh, he's
yeah, I am
scared.
terrified. That's a 5.
5. You are frightened for 1 minute.
Do I hear this?
I'd be frightened. That sounds awful.
Yeah, you would hear like a faint screech from like, goodness, like 120, 130 feet away down the road.
All of you stay here. I'm gonna find out what that was.
For the sake of this, can I get everyone to quickly roll initiative so we know what's happening where?
Oh, there's Cat.
I don't think I've rolled well on initiative once.
Ooh, 19.
It's like that 8th episode saying, I don't know.
It's fact. 7.
23. I roll well on initiative.
Well, you're very
It helps that I have
dexterous.
+5 to
Yeah.
initiative.
I have +1.
What's your plus?
0.
Got it.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna warn you that I think it gets stung. But I can't.
Well, I'm just scared of it.
Right, what were you last doing? You were investigating down.
Yeah.
Right.
I tied him up.
Yeah. I'll say, start of your turn, you would hear like a faint screech from up on the surface. If you still want to investigate this space.
Yeah, I was looking for... I got a high roll on looking for ingredients I haven't seen before used for this. Was what I last was doing.
Yeah. You can see what looks like pretty like simple refining equipment that's been thrown across the room here. Like just looking around and kind of smelling what you can of a few of these liquids that are just like dripping off of various surfaces. There is something of like a very strong, almost like medical level, like alcohol that's been involved. Another substance that's like much more tame, but also gives like an energizing feeling. It's essentially like mixing it with existing substances to create what is violent.
I would like to go to the blood splatter I saw.
Yeah.
And can I use my bonus action? I mean my action.
Yeah.
I just want to hunt a sense what's in my bag.
Okay.
So that's resistance and immunities. And
After the
vulnerabilities.
creepy thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the unhinged jaw.
Immunities, poison, resistances, cold, fire, lightning, and non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, selection.
Speaking and Bissell to it.
Yeah.
You have two options. I'm gonna go up there eventually, and all the guards out there are gonna want to know what did this and probably kill it or do horrible things to it, like torture, such. Do you want that?
It probably likes it.
I've had worse.
Let me ask you this: do you think the hag is strong?
Yes,
You think she would kick my ass?
absolutely.
Then, instead of you going through the trouble of being tortured or potentially killed, I'll keep you a secret from the others, but you introduce me and my friends to the hag. But if you're so confident she's gonna live and kill me, then that's 100% safety for you.
You think I'm crazy enough to go anywhere near here? Hell no.
Just tell us the correct path.
And why would I do that?
I tied in the rope around his neck.
Give me an intimidation check.
Okay, 10.
Oh no, what are you going to do? Bath me back like you did to sister?
So your sister? So you're a fiend, obviously. I think you're a... Is it a Vrock? Something? Of some sort?
I'm a quasit.
Was it?
Not the closets.
Ooh, awesome.
I will whisper to him in abyssal. And be like, I've pissed off every devil in this city already. And to me, demons and devils are all the same. And I kill them for fun. And this book here, and I show him my book, and I just skip to all the fiends and devils I have. It's pretty handy. Tells me exactly what hurts the
Do it
most.
then.
Jesus, what the fuck?
Wow.
I'm just gonna put him in the bag, and I'm just gonna go look for Ronald's body.
Alright. Again, you. Looking in this space?
Yeah.
Alright. We'll come back to Lily. What are you doing?
Running towards the scream.
Okay. I mean, you're able to, like, see down 130 feet away from you, Yorna now like kind of backing up from something in front of her.
It's got teeth, and it unhinged its jaw.
What unhinged its jaw?
And I point to the thing in the bowl.
See, this, like, from your distance, just looks like something about the size of a rat that's, like, wrapped up, squirming around on the ground.
That?
Yeah.
Is it still, like, mouth open?
I mean, it is, but it's not as, like, malformed as it was when it
Okay.
scared the life out of Yorna.
Well, if it's screaming, open its mouth even wider, pull out wooden carbon bird.
Pull out what?
The wooden carbon bird from the festival.
How are you getting over there? 130 feet away.
Ah. I'm guessing I would have to, like, dash.
Yeah, well, we're
in initiative.
we're
Yeah.
in initiative for this. So what is your turn here? How far
Round-
can you get? That's probably a good
60 with dash.
question. Okay. So you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're close about half that distance.
Let's see.
As a side note, the creature inside can make a DC 13 athletics or acrobatics check as an attack.
Okay.
How far away would you say I am from Yorna?
If you're 130 from the creature, 120 from Yorna. Oh, and with the 60-foot dash,
Yeah.
if you're dashing, you're now 60 feet from Yorna.
Yes, I'm going to Bardic Inspiration Yorna.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Dink. A dink.
You get shiny die.
And if you fail the roll, you keep the die until you succeed.
What is this upgraded inspiration? Hell yeah. I'm living for it.
What's it called? Unfailing Inspiration.
That's amazing. That's strong.
Yeah. So that's
What you said the creature was?
A
closet.
what it.
Starts with a Q.
Anything else for Lily?
Have one.
Not anything. Nah, I wasn't anything. Nah, that's me.
Yeah. The closet with Yorna is up. It's gonna use an attack, try and get out of this thing. So what's it doing?
Either athletics or acrobatics, and it's a DC 13.
Natural one.
Hell yeah, dude's struggling.
Like clawing around, trying to pull it out. This thing's just like wrapped and tightening around it. You're up. You're currently frightened of this creature, so you have disadvantage on ability checks and attacks while you can see it, and you cannot willingly move closer to it.
Okay.
And you're about 10 feet away at the moment.
Just don't know. Because
Can you like saving throw out of it?
the frighten probably at the end of my turn, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know, eh? Because I don't really want to throw my hand axe at it in case it, like, disrupts the boulder.
Throw another
Ooh,
ball.
well,
I only have one. Oh, can I hold my action for when that thing breaks out of my bowler? I would like to throw my hand axe at it.
Yeah, okay. So you're holding an action?
Yeah.
Sweet. The closet with Strider is going to make an attempt to get out of this thing.
Out of your bag.
No.
one of us have a mascot.
Mascot.
You could feel it like trying to claw and like tear away at this bag, but the rope is like stopping it, elbow it. Yeah.
Oh.
Back up to the top of the round.
Look for his body. For the blood splatter.
I mean, you can see this like crimson splat across the back wall. What do you?
The wall. I'm looking at the blood. is it spreading in all directions, or is it spreading in certain directions, indicating what direction it got?
What if he
sent?
just like exploded? And there's just no remnant. Like, what if there's no body?
Give me either survival or medicine.
I'm worried. He
None. Survival. 18.
18. You kind of walk into the back here and you do see like scraps of cloth that are like draped over sides of boxes. Bits of viscera that are like pushed into corners.
I think he
You're
exploded.
looking at this blood. Doesn't quite make sense. From what you're seeing of the way that this stuff is like lying around, it looks like there should be a single like on the back wall. It essentially looks like a line that has been like splattered against the wall.
Well, now I'm really confused.
Speaking of Bissell, what happened to Ronald here? Is this his blood?
Maybe.
Why is it so fucking weird?
Had to make it look good.
Fuck. I'll like to look around for any clues indicating to where the succubus and Hag were meeting up to get items. Like I want to see if there's any paperwork talking about delivering actually from their place to Alarum.
Yeah. You can give me a quick bonus action investigation if you want.
Investigation.
Oh, I didn't make my saving throw against frightened.
Wisdom.
14.
Check this.
You got it.
16.
16, you're good. You snap out.
Yeah.
14. Not only do you not find anything, there is quite literally no sign of any sort of paperwork or communication down here.
Also, anything would have like blown up or burned.
I'll just use all my movement I can to leave.
Okay.
Keep them in my bag.
Yeah, with your movement, you're able to like get down and get like most of the way like back up your rope. You'll be able to like get back into the main building on the next turn.
Sweet.
Lily, what do you do?
Running up.
Okay. Using action dash as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you would get right up to where Yorna is, about 10 feet away from this creature that's like trying to tear at the boulder to get out.
Oh, is that sure? I'm going to bonus action unsettling words.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
So that uses one bardic inspiration. And roll. I need my D8.
No!
Just need to roll it. So roll the body inspiration die. The creature must subtract the number rolled from the next saving throw it makes before the start of my next turn.
Mm.
Do anything. 8.
Nice. Sweet.
That's me.
That closet there with Yorna is going to make another attempt to get out.
And -8.
Is this a saving throw?
No, it's a,
yeah.
it's a check.
What check is it?
Athletics or acrobatics.
Dang.
15?
That succeeds, so no success. They are able to undo the boulder and are no longer grappled. And I was holding my action for when it escapes. I was going to
Yeah.
throw my hand axe.
Yeah. So, as you're like there watching it, this thing starts squirming around. Just Lily starts using spellcraft on it. It tears through the boulder, snapping a few of the ropes, and just crawls its way out and starts like mad dash, kind of almost all fours sprinting. Go ahead and make your attack.
What am I doing? This one. 14.
14. Okay, go ahead and roll some damage for him.
You did it.
Ooh.
6 slashing damage.
Non-magical?
Non-magical.
Okay.
With the modifier.
Yes, with my modifier. I got it this time.
You toss the hand axe in its direction, and it like, at first you don't think it's hit the creature, but then you notice that it's like embedded in the ground, and the creature leaves its arm on the ground behind it as it's running away, and it sliced straight through the shoulder. You see the arm itself that's on the ground kind of curl up and begin to, very familiar to that bugbear creature, like turn to ash and like fade away as it just continues running down the street, full dash, 80 feet further in. And with that, it's your turn.
I'm gonna grab my hand axe. So how far away am I from it now?
90 feet.
I'm gonna close that to 60.
Yeah. Picking up your hand axe on the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw it again, but it'll be at disadvantage.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. By golly. Millikers.
There's a nat 20, but it's with disadvantage.
Then do it again.
I'm gonna use the inspiration.
Yeah.
14 to hit.
14 will hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Wait, come on, closet. You're done for. 9 non-magical slashing damage.
You toss it again. You watch it like fly through the air. Get this creature like in the side of the chest and just tear through it as it explodes out into ash.
Cool.
And the hand axe scatters to the street. You can see like the final moments is like trying to crawl in the direction of one of the nearby buildings and it just vanishes. Anything else?
No, because I'm out of range from my bowler.
Alright. Then, with that one now gone, we'll kind of just come out of initiative, even though you've still got your...
Yeah, I'm not
he's
going to
pretty-
find him.
Yeah.
In which case, then I did want to just, for the sake of it, grab my hand axe, but also, when retrieving a bowler after a successful attack, roll a d20. On a roll of 3 or lower, the bowler is broken. 14, so the bowler is fine, and I just pick it back up.
Yeah, start untying it. Alright. As that scuffle kind of ends, Kari walks over. Yorna, what the hell was that?
I don't know. Some creepy creature, I have no idea.
That came out of the building.
I think so, or just nearby.
Shit. Alright.
Might be related.
I'm going to extend the perimeter a little bit then.
Alright.
Lights shoots off.
And I'll go and start to try and meet up with Strider. I'll just head back to the building.
I'd like to use the lantern to look for any more of these closets.
Yeah. Take a look around. Give me a perception check.
Nailed it. Well,
12. Taking a look around, nothing in your immediate vicinity, you can see, like, still in the last 12 seconds scuffle, you can still kind of see the trail of the one that had run away, and you're pretty confident that there was under the two.
I'll walk out to find a Legion member. Relay that the owner of the house, Ronald, is dead in the basement through the explosion.
Alright.
Whatever this was, it wasn't his doing. It was whoever's behind all this sabotaged and got rid of him.
Of course. I'll pass the information along. Thank you for helping.
No worries, and I'll try to find the others.
Have they come around the corner to come find you?
Yeah.
How was everything down there? Did you find Ronald?
A bit of him there and there.
I see.
But it's hard to see with all the smoke. There's a lot of actually grab buckets of water and go down and try to put out the fire that's in there. Things are just slowly burning.
You can see that there's like a few Legion members, like half a block down, that are like running over with
Hell yeah.
equipment to start putting it out on it.
There was a creepy thing with teeth, big bulging black eyes, tiny, like yay big.
Oh, Quasar,
Is that what it is?
this thing.
Ah!
Just start hearing like, that same like,
On fire.
What did
Yes,
you say?
whatever that is.
There's more of you.
Yeah, it's a bit of a handful.
It gave me a fright earlier, but it's gone now.
I
Care of it.
captured him, hoping we could use them to find the hag, because apparently the hag sent them to, because Ronald knew too much.
Yeah,
But this guy
makes
doesn't
sense.
give a shit. I threatened to kill him, and he's just like, do it.
I think with
Probably
their
because
kind.
they go back to their plane.
Yeah.
I saw how evil that thing was. I don't think they care much for death or anything.
Oh, I don't know.
you feel the bag go like limp in your hand.
Huh.
Just like all of a sudden there's nothing in it.
Open it.
You see like crawling out of the top is like a small centipede that crawls down the side of the bag and starts
Can I
making
try
its way.
grab it?
You grab it. Just trying to hold on to it.
I want to grab it. Empty out a random potion. I'm gonna put it in the tube.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Ooh, that was nearly fucking
Did a
awful.
dumble.
Yeah. Seems to be doing that a lot.
18.
18. Yeah. This thing tries to slither out of your grasp, but you just grab it, put it back, and lock it in the test tube.
Okay, now what?
I shake it a bit.
You shake it a little bit. You feel the glass in your hand shatter as you very easily deal this thing 1 hit point of damage, and it reverts back into the form and starts
Fuck.
immediately trying to run.
Grab it.
We'll jump back into that same initiative order with you at the top. What are you doing as you see this thing like get out of your grasp?
These things are slippery!
Go grab it again. We'll
Yeah, give me that boost.
You should have kept it as the centipede.
Athletics?
Yeah.
It's 8.
Hey, he just beats it. You try and reach out and grab it, but this thing is already like tumbling to the ground and starts sprinting away like 80-foot speed down the road.
Does grappling count as an attack?
Yes, it does.
Can I bonus action crossbow his tail?
Yeah, we'll give it a go. What's the range on that? Will 80 feet be disadvantage?
Gee, he's quick.
What kind of crossbow is it? Light?
Yeah, and crossbow.
Yeah, 80 feet's the normal range, so you're good.
Oh, so can I also just, because he uses movement,
Yeah.
I'll use Fury to get closer to him.
Sweet.
I will use my blunt arrow, so I'm not trying to kill him.
Okay.
16 plus 7 to hit.
Oh yeah, well and truly.
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh.
10 damage.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal. My blunt arrow.
You fire that off. It hits the side of this creature with enough force that it scatters to the ground and just kind of curls up fully like unconscious on the ground.
Maybe keep it in the bag.
Scoop him up. Oh, Jesus. So, as I was saying, and I flip him so he hits my back hard,
Hurting yourself at that.
we need to check in the basement when it's smoke cleared, because there's blood. The way he didn't die from like an explosion pushing it back, it was like upwards momentum. It was weird.
You think it might have been like staged?
Maybe it just seems too odd. Like it just isn't. I don't know. It's worth checking out at some point.
Oh well. you
I
didn't-
agree. If there's any chance that Ronald is alive, maybe this was staged and they've just taken him captive.
Also, if there was evidence, there isn't now of things.
Well, you never know. Maybe there are some things that weren't burned.
I looked.
Is Kari still nearby?
She's like immediately like getting search teams looking in like a few of the nearby warehouses, organizing the legionnaires to like make sure that they're keeping a perimeter, like starting immediate investigations here.
Is she like super duper busy, or can I probably pull her?
No, you could probably
aside? Get
catch
a
her ear for a
conversation. Okay,
moment. Yeah.
I'll come up to Kari.
Yes. Yorna, hello.
Hi, I actually wanted to discuss something with you later. Will you be around in this area for a bit?
I imagine I'll be here for a while, making sure that things are all right here.
All right, because I think we both have some information that we can both benefit from each other, so I think it would be good to just talk this out.
Potentially. I'd sent a few men down here. She glances back at the individual that's, still currently like being removed from the scene that is dead. Shouldn't have set them out in such little groups.
You couldn't have known.
Well, I'll walk over. If it helps share information with us, we do know who sent whatever those things were. The closets.
Let's make sure everyone here is safe, and then we can have a discussion.
Sounds good. And I'll help out with making sure that everyone's safe, accounted for, all that stuff.
While that's happening, I'm going to try see if I can figure out how to deal with our pet.
Closet?
Yeah.
Alright.
I would like to use my second slot to again 1 mile from me for a minute, and I want to see if I can sense social fiend undead aberration. Bay.
Fiend, as expected.
I'm gonna walk down like a main street, maybe somewhere nearby it. Just gonna walk around, and I'm gonna be like, look it. If this happened, he'll be here somewhere. Hey buddy, old Xavier, you around? I'm gonna stand in like an alleyway, close by to the destruction, but enough you could like watch it from afar.
I've got a gift for you.
Don't seem to get any response.
What about the left hand?
Right.
No, I say left hand because
No response.
You're mocking them.
yeah, it's about the one time I think they're gonna be useful. All right. I'd like to try recall information about fiends.
Sure, well, yeah.
I want to see if there is a way to find out the location that a fiend was summoned. Maybe using their ash or whatever's left behind. If there's a way to see where or track
Where they
that type
came
of thing.
from.
Because knowing that they go to the plane and then get brought here. She's such a little dude.
Give me history or arcana.
That's my arcana. History it is. Oh boy. Actually. I'm gonna use my hunter's band to get advantage on that one.
Does that give you advantage on either of those checks?
I believe it's slightly different to favorite enemy. Let's check. I believe it's called Hunter's Bane. Hunter's Bane. Hunter's Mark, Hunter's Mark, Hunter's Mark. That's our look at it. Forever binding you to these creatures.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Maybe go and bind yourself to a...
Such large writing.
Gain advantage on survival checks to track them and intelligence checks to recall information. You did history, so yeah, that'd be advantage.
Okay, cool. That is better. 16.
16. Only the same way that it would be easy to tell where a spell had been cast. if there were components left over, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you would have to be at the location to be able to like look at evidence. Essentially, there's no like being able to track a source. Essentially.
Gonna open the bag and speak at Bissell again. Well, he's knocked out.
He's fully
Can I wake
unconscious.
him up?
You want to heal him? Can you heal him?
You give him a piece
I
of
have
like
a slap.
food or something.
I'll slap him a bit.
Smelling salts.
Unconscious.
Alright. I'll grab some of that rope that I had, and I'll grab his mouth, tie it to the top part of his mouth, and tie it to his tail.
Okay.
Oh.
So he's like,
Yeah.
Ah, jeez.
A little bit.
You
I'll keep it
really
in the bag.
put in the closet through it.
alright, I'll go find the others.
Anything anyone else is doing in that time?
What's the like status on the smoke?
I mean, it's definitely dying down. You can see like legionnaires are coming and going from the like basement area. Just kind of a steady but very subdued stream of just like the last remaining smoke coming out now.
I really don't think Elwyn is near this warehouse. They wouldn't risk such a large exposure to bringing so many of us here, right?
No.
I'm just gonna do one last scan of the warehouse and then we can carry on with.
Yeah, we can all go down and check what's in there if you guys really want to double check it.
I made a bit of a realization just now. What if this was a distraction?
I thought about it.
I mean, we've probably missed our opportunity to find anything going on.
Well, our original goal was to talk to Kari,
Kari.
so it's not like we're off here. We do want to find the hag most of all. The fact that she's sending people to get rid of people that know too much means that she is heavily.
She might be getting desperate.
No,
Yeah,
don't
I
think
just
so.
feel weird that he knew too much because technically we knew what he knew, unless we didn't. But
Maybe just cutting off loose ends.
I feel bad though because if he is dead, I thought about not leaving him alone for the first night because of everything that happened.
Well,
That's just
I
too
looked
busy.
around. Everything seemed fine when I dropped him off, but I guess that was a bit careless of me now that I think of it. I agree. I feel like I should have housed him at my place. I have the space for it. There's no point crying over spilled milk, though, I guess. Doesn't fix what's happened.
No. Yeah. It's a bit worse though. It's okay to cry over spilled blood, I guess. Shall we do one last check of his basement?
Alright, one more look around.
Here's your lantern.
I already took it back when you weren't looking.
What?
You left it next to the building.
You make your way back in the direction of the building. You can see like the last few legionnaires kind of coming out with like empty buckets of sand and like pushing out. And, like the smoke is just a very, very subtle, like the last few moments of a campfire kind of smoke coming up now. You come down and it's no longer violet heavy. It's just got like a slight citrus smell to the smoke and just kind of stings your eyes a little bit. But you can see most of the space down here now, and it is like a 20 by almost 100-foot chamber that's been dug in the earth beneath this warehouse.
I'm gonna scan the inside. Actually, I'm curious. Is there, and I know that an explosion disrupts a lot of things, but aside from explosion evidence, is there any evidence of a struggle?
Give me an investigation check.
15.
15. Looking around kind of the area where you assume it would be more likely for an individual to be, but there's still some semblance of anything left here. It's not that you don't find anything, but it is almost of equal interest that it doesn't look like there was a struggle.
Kind of like Is this whole thing giving the vibe of being staged? Like someone wants us to believe one thing?
I mean, did I have you roll for that? Just then?
The investigation
Yeah.
check, yeah, 15.
15. Hard to tell. Quite possibly, but also quite possibly not. Like there's very clear blood and signs of something that was at one point living.
I
Oh.
don't know what to make of it.
I'll try one thing, but it will tap me out for the rest of the day.
What happened to not using everything at once?
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
I gotta go back down to the basement. Go grab out the pouch.
Yeah.
Put my hand in and grab some dust. I'm just gonna throw it across the room and have detect magic on.
Kind of let that disperse through here a little bit. Obviously, there's like the faintest of like magical aura coming from the various like ingredients of the violet that are around here. Other than that, nothing sparks your attention.
Can I go over the blood? Does it smell like human blood?
Give me a medicine check.
I really thought you were going to stick that in your mouth.
Smells giant.
First time I had blood in my mouth. What am I doing?
That's why I expected it.
Medicine.
Medicine.
Come on. What are you doing?
12.
Well,
I deal with a lot of blood.
do it. I'm moving it around, smelling it. It's gamey. It's not human.
As well staged.
Why?
Pig. Something.
It's a bit sticky.
Ugh.
This isn't human blood. It's like a pig or something.
Looks human to me.
I can smell the difference.
Of course you would.
Yeah. It's my dragon eyes. I will. Interesting. Can I look around for any like animal, like skin or carcass?
I mean, there's only the various bits of viscera that have been flung across here.
Can I like grab at it and just try like identify if it's human or if it is some sort of animal?
Give me a nature check on that one.
I think you should ask your Quasset why it was staging this.
It's a bit unconscious. Seven.
7. I mean, you're getting what looks like some description of muscle and flesh with a layer of skin and cloth attached to it. It's really hard to tell.
All right. Look around. Lily,
Yes.
do you have any way to heal this thing?
Yes.
We need it awake. However, maybe we finish investigating here and we can tie him up at mine. I'm sure I've got a few hooks left.
Hook.
Yeah, just hook him up.
You've seen all the creatures I have hung up. I'll just do that.
You just gonna stab him with a hook?
For a creature like that, I think it's been through worse and better.
What if it
For it.
poofs away?
We'll kill it.
They'll just hold it there.
Okay.
Though I think we should make sure that, it's bound nice.
Yeah.
Though it became a centipede, so maybe be wary of that as well.
Maybe.
Well, what do we? It was staged. Okay, let's think. Why would they want to stage it? Why not kill him?
Well, it's
Well,
easier.
they want- They want
ho-
us to believe that he's dead.
Why?
so that we don't look into him further. It could be so that, it halts investigations. Oh, he's dead. That's
No,
bad.
they
Or like maybe they need him for
they
something.
do. They need the fuel still. He's the only one that can make it.
Like converted.
Yeah, I don't think Elwyn makes it. I think they just know how to use it.
Well, maybe the order is Hag, Succubus, Ronald, and then Elowin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You think
because
they-
she goes to the warehouse.
Or else the hag would, or else the succubus wouldn't need Ronald at all.
Indeed.
Okay. That means if it was faked, he was gone before the explosion. Because you wouldn't risk killing someone if you're going out the way to fake their death. Which means he was neither here or taken away. Which means we need to be looking up top. I head up top. And I want to look at the doorways and the ground to see if there's any footmarks not from the few of us that have gone in, from something his size.
Yeah, okay. The front door is completely blown out, gone, with most of the front wall, but the back door that you had previously melted through is still kind of intact on its hinges with like half the wall next to it missing.
The door's good. I'll have a look on the floor.
Yeah, so you're looking for...
Foot tracks, anything, especially the back door. I don't think anyone's really used the back door yet. I think we all just went through the big open walls.
Yeah.
So let's just see if there's any traffic. Foot
Yeah.
traffic.
Give me a survival check now. I'm going to pick up any tracks.
Bing bong, now your penis is gone. 17.
17. Okay. You can see what looks like, as you're kind of looking around the back there. It takes a moment to like catch it as like dust is settling again from the explosion, but it does look like something or someone was dragged out through the back door and into that alleyway that you'd previously been in when you were entering.
You guys follow me. I've done something.
Alright.
And I followed the path.
As you start following the trail of whatever was dragged out of the back of this building, I reckon we'll end the session there and pick up with the continued investigation.
We also need to make sure to talk to Kari.
I told you guys. I said he wasn't dead. The Hamburglar stole him.